tucked and clean, room full of green. A few fans around, eyes all locked on me. She flashed that grin, like she knew the game. Held the room so tight, then she said the phrase. Lean in close, let it ring. Made the whole room start to sing. One hand up, other hand down. Everybody froze when she spun around. How about them exclusive? How about them exclusive? Say it loud, make it stick. How about them exclusive? Glaze up the Xbox fans. Glaze up the Xbox fans. Then she put the games on PS5. Put the games on PS5. Hey, 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 hey. Top got hot in a blink of time. Old head smirked and they lost their mind. Asha kept it slick, like a game night queen. One wink, one flex, then she broke the screen. Fans went wild in the little room, every mouth went wide. In the shape of doom, one hand up, other hand down. Everybody froze when she spun around. How them exclusive? How about them exclusive? Say it loud, make it stick. How about them exclusive? Glaze up the Xbox fans. Glaze up the Xbox fans. Then she put the games on PS5. 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 Now the chat won't sleep. They replay that scene. Asha said one line and she stole the team. Green room glow, blue box shine. Everybody knows that was her time. How about that exclusive? How about them exclusive? Say it loud, make it stick. How about them exclusive? Glaze up the Xbox fans. Glaze up the Xbox fans. Then she put the games on PS5. Put the games on PS5. How about them exclusives? Asha had the whole room lit. Mad ball, all bark, big mouth, small mark, talk Xbox like a king, then trip on his own thing. Booty in his focus, head full of bogus. Not a smart man, that's plain. Miss the point, take the blame. He keep talking big, but the facts don't bend. Say it loud, say it proud, still ain't making sense. Xbox is doomed. Xbox is doomed. Keep digging, keep digging. Xbox is doomed. Xbox is doomed. Xbox is doomed. All that talk, no proof. Xbox is doomed. He's sliding loud, no playing, hands on hips. Not a man watching curves, missing signs, reading jokes like warning lines. He want clout, want smoke, but he choke on his own joke. Every flex come off wrong, every win don't last long. He keep talking big, but the facts don't bend. Say it loud, say it proud, still ain't making sense. Xbox is doomed. Xbox is doomed. Keep digging, keep digging. Xbox is doomed. Xbox is doomed. Xbox is doomed. Keep tripping. Yeah, close. Xbox is doomed. Look at the grin, look at the mess. Whole room knows he's second best. One more shout, one more flop. When the joke lands, he can't stop. Xbox is doomed. Xbox is doomed. Keep digging, keep digging. Xbox is doomed. Xbox is doomed. Xbox is doomed. All that talk, no proof. Xbox is doomed.
Yo, what's up, Grinders? Gaming Grindhouse episode. It's an emergency podcast. Yes, it is. We knew it was coming. We had the emergency podcast. Where are my sirens? Get them out there. Grinders, how you doing? Episode 246. Emergency, emergency. How's everybody doing out there? Hope everybody had a wonderful holiday weekend. Fireworks and all, and barbecues. We've been cooking here at the Gaming Grindhouse last few weeks, and it's an emergency. Emergency, emergency. Yes, we got smoke to give out today to both sides. It sucks. So, welcome, Grinders, to the Gaming Grindhouse, episode 246. We are here with the It Sucks, and what are we doing here episode? Hope everybody had a great 4th of July, and yes, we will be talking about the Xbox layoffs and studio diversion and disaster over there, and the reprise of what happened with PlayStation with their I did a video on last week about PlayStation announcing on physical discs no more in 2028, and the kind of the fallout of that. It's still going on, and it sucks, and we'll talk about it, and I'll give my opinions live to the Grinders and hear what you guys had to chat. I just did a recorded video when that news came out, but I definitely want to hear your thoughts, and let's get some live discussion going on about the PlayStation and also about the state of everything. So I have a topic here. I'm doing something a little different tonight. Not only are we going to run down and we're just going to just go right to the topics. There's no intro here, man. We're not going into topics and baby handoffs. And now we're going to go right into the nitty gritty. And then we're going to have a chat discussion at the end about the future of gaming on Xbox and PlayStation. And what do you think? I want to hear everybody else's thoughts on this one. And if you catch us on the replay, definitely let me know in the comments, as you always do, and cook over there. But let's do the shout-outs as we're going in there. Hit those sirens. That's right. What's up for Brizzle? Granddad Perp, Jimmy Mack, Wild Wolf, Corey Massey, Arzon Knights, and how you doing, Wild Wolf? Will, what's up? How you doing? I know Will's a huge physical owner there. He says, "Will, why continue to be a PlayStation gamer in an all digital world when they do all digital the worst?" I don't know. Neil, what's up? How you doing? We have, who else? We got Liquid Data in the house. Who else in this house here? For Brizzle, I said already. And Jimmy Mack is upset. He's leaving PlayStation and going to PC. because of digital. Okay. Kazakira, what's up? 270. Taran, Chad Stud, and Mr. Tennis, Compost Smurf, and Linky 725. How you doing, sir? Springfield Chaser, what's up? What's up, Neil? How you doing, man? What's up, Silver Wolf? How you doing? Welcome here. Hit that like button. As you can see, we did an incredible community show last week. We did the Ashanator, where she fought all the IPs and won. If you watch that showcase, that was an incredible Ashamania that I did for the community game night, and we're working to another community game night for this week. So we are approaching. We hit the 255. And we have members, 255 members right now that attended the live show, the balcony show on Wednesday. And we're going to the 300 one to get the next balcony show going and also do another community game night. So we're cooking. And then also there's a brand new song, too, that could be released tonight for your chat goal there. So there are your goals for this evening. And let's get to cooking. The ingredients are here. And let's start with the PlayStation silence after no discs in 2028. Oh my God, Jeffrey Smith, yo, wait, you want cooking? That's gonna be 3 flames right there. It's not as bad as I thought. Xbox. Oh my God, if I haven't seen somebody that's please, listen. You may want to turn it up or turn it down, but it is gonna be an angry show. This is a Grinds My Gears classic right now because everybody's getting cooked. Everybody's on the table. Everybody's on the table tonight. Not the grinders. You can roast them all you want, but everybody's up for getting cooked today. Everybody. They're all getting cooked. I don't think there's anybody that I'm going to say good job today. Everybody's getting roasted. So this is a full-ass gaming roast. And I'm going to try to make it as entertaining and fun as possible, but things may get dirty. They may get dirty, get messy. I don't know where I'm going to go with this, but all I know is I'm grinding those gears because I'm pissed for everything. Because we'll start off the whole thing. Some food for thought. I've never seen an industry do damage to itself as much as gaming does. And I don't know. That is what we're going to start off with. But I just never seen an industry self-implode. Like we thought we had the issues back with quality and the Nintendo seal approval and the gaming crash. But I've never seen an industry run by the most incompetent, stupid bastards I've ever seen before and do things to hurt itself more than the gaming industry does. It just shows that as much as gaming has been now a popularized thing, a culture thing, they still treat it like a kid's toy. They still treat it from dopey bastards. Because these executives don't understand it. They treat gaming like it's the new Paw Patrol. Because they don't know any better. Instead of as an art and as a medium of communication and engagement and a maturity of it, all they do is want to squeeze out money from the kids. And that's why they treat it as such. And I've never seen an industry just not know and have no self-identity and know what the hell they are than the gaming industry. It's run by a bunch of assholes. That's what it is. A bunch of assholes number one customer. Run the whole goddamn thing. Because all the things that we are bad, just bad. Like it's just bad management. Bad decisions, bad management, bad communication, bad everything. They treat gaming like how Target treats their toy aisle. That's how they treat it. Oh, well, everybody seems to like dropping in on big maps and running around and scrounging around for weapons. Everybody makes some games where we all drop on a map and run around and get weapons. Battle Royale is the do it. Everybody likes World War II shooters, Call of Duty. Everybody make a World War II shooter. Everybody make it look gray and dreary. Everybody do World War IIs and just beat the shit out of it. It's like what they do with kids' toys. Like, oh, the kids like these mystery box. Make a bunch of them. Put them in the aisle. They love it. Oh, they don't like it anymore? Take it away. Put it in the clearance. No, they don't. No more mysteries. They don't like it anymore. Kids love the loot boxes, dude. No, they don't like. Oh, they don't like it anymore. And that's how gaming is run. They're trying to catch a trend or jump on some Me Too bullshit, and they fail because they should be independent. They should just do what they feel needs to be done. Not trends, not horse shit. And because of the stupid business decision, oh, everybody loves the subscription. Give it the subscriptions. Everybody's paying. Nobody buys games anymore. Subscriptions. Everybody likes to spend $10 a month. Oh, well, they don't like it anymore? What? Now they want to buy games. Okay, let's make them buy games now. No more subscriptions. And it's just like assholes. Stop. Like, you guys are just like it's just, I've never seen an industry just not know what to do with itself. Everybody plays games, but they don't know what to do with it. And what's crazy is that the artists, the people that actually have the ideas, the people that want to make something and express what they want to make, those are the people that are in the streets. And that's what grinds my gears so much. Those are the people that are in the streets, the people that actually want to make a character, voice a character, write a story, make the physics and the environment engage with the person on the other end. The people that create the art, the vision that we experience, that we go, my God, that was a great experience. Just like you have a great movie and you want to stand up at the end and do an applause. Those people that create the stuff, those are the ones in the streets. Those are the people that are on Twitter and on all your websites saying, I'm out of a job, I'm gone. Those people. And the assholes that made the decisions where they were chasing trends and treating it like the Target toy aisle are still there. And what do you think they're going to do 4 or 5 years from now? Make the same stupid-ass mistakes. And we'll be doing it all over again. That's why this industry needs to get rid of those business got involved. They saw money from us, and all of a sudden they said, yep, move over, artists. We'll take it from here. And it has been a disaster. And the people that are gone are the people who actually create the art, and they're the ones in the streets. And everybody's still sitting in that. The same people that made, oops, that was a bad mistake. Yeah, we shouldn't have done those service games. Yeah, oh, no, that's a bad mistake. Yeah, we should have put those games in Game Pass. Yeah, that's a mistake. We shouldn't have made that game a service game. We should have probably made it maybe they want a campaign now. Oops. Oh, that indie project that nobody wanted, yeah, maybe we should have made them make like a real, bring back one of the IPs that they've been talking about, right? Nah, we told them don't make it, do something, do this. Everybody loves these new service games. Everybody likes this new, this thing. Don't go back to any old IPs that people are asking for. Nah. Oh, shit, our game didn't sell. Oh, shit, we didn't do it. All right, you go on the street. Who told you to do that? You did. Oh, sorry. Goodbye. This is bullshit. Glassdog Gamer, shout out to you. 2 Egos, they killed id Tech, the pioneer of first-person engines. Dude, those layoffs, not as bad as they thought. Man, we've just seen the initial cut. The bleeding is going to continue because that's a lot of people, and the people that have big impact are the ones that are out on the streets for no layoffs, and we'll get into it. But now that I got that off my chest, to know where we're going with this stuff, because I just think like it's ridiculous. What's up, Dog Zone? How you doing, man? Speaking of like stupid messaging, and again, somebody in the chat needs to explain to me why on a July 1st is Sony, on a July 1st in 2026, is dumbass Sony talking about discs in 2028? Who sat around a Sony corporate table, Nishino ass, and then Herman Holtz bitch? Yeah, no, dude, a great idea is on July 1st, we'll talk about no more discs for PlayStation. Who? But Herman, it's 2026 in July. Yes, this is a great idea. So on July 1st, 2026, PlayStation decides to pull a shit out of their ass and say, yeah, you know what? We're not doing discs anymore in 2028. Hopefully nobody will catch this on a Wednesday. And it's just like, who thought that this was a good idea? Oh, you know what else? We're not going to make Nishino do it. We'll make like our communications dude, Sid Sherman, write out some bullshit on a PlayStation blog that was shifting for customer preference. Well, who thought this was a good idea? Who? Who? I'm not an owl. Who? Who thought that this was a good idea? Because it's the stupidest thing I have ever seen. Because this is the problem. This is what I said on my video. We don't even know the goddamn story to what this means. We don't even know. What happens to the PlayStation 5 discs after 2028? Will they still be supported by the next-gen console? We don't even know when the next PS6 is coming out. Will it have a disc drive? How will these games be supported? What happens? Well, are you changing any return policies or digital trade-ins or doing anything because you're going to full digital? Is there any new thing? Like you telling us the bad news? Like you're just stopping. We don't even know the whole story. Why don't you put a full thought together and explain what the benefits are going to be and how it will be supported? Because they just created chaos. And the stupid bastards over at PlayStation went silent. No follow-up. And they are getting cooked. Piece of shit. When Domino's Pizza, who makes pizza that tastes like assholes, is making fun of you, they don't even make pizza, dude. This shit is like thrown into an oven. It's shit-ass ingredients that they get from like some bullshit. They shouldn't be called pizza. Domino's ass pizza is roasting PlayStation. PlayStation, when you get cooked by Domino's Pizza, not even a real pizza place, talking about digital pizzas and shit. They should go to digital pizzas. That pizza's ass. It's called. I might as well put some tomato sauce on the cardboard and eat it, and some cheese. But when this shit happens, you done stupid ass. Oh shit, Drep likes Domino's. Oh shit, Drep, you need real pizza. Oh man, Domino's not real pizza. That's called that. You guys will take the pizza box, put some sauce, some cheese, and just chew on the box because that's a goddamn Domino's. That shit locks you down. You eat Domino's, you won't shit for 3 days. That's all I gotta tell you right now. You better have some Imodium after you eat that McDonald's. Domino's. That shit locks you right up. That's like a dam, a shit dam. That's right. Phil, tell him.
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back.
Oh, man. Oh, shit. Real vacation. Yo, I got these. Oh, man. Domino's fans. UK Domino's. Holy shit. They got UK Domino's. Their pizzas are banging. Oh, shit. Oh, man. You like that double crusted cheese and ass and oils inside the. So what they do is to compensate for the shit pizza that they make, they throw some more cheese in the crust and the oils. That's what they do. To offset the ass of the pizza, they make sure that the crust has cheese in it because they don't want you to really taste what it tastes like. Tell me what it tastes like. But anyway, when Domino's comes out of the oven and starts talking about your digital shit, you know you done fucked up. Because it makes no sense. And you have a disc drives out there. Albert Gouchard says stop enough. Oh shit, he wants stop enough. He wants Hoggeet in here. Hoggeet's he's on break right now. He's crying. He's crying right now. What? He said it's not as bad as he thought. So Hoggeet is not crying. He will be on here later. He says it's not as bad. He was gonna cry, but he said Xbox is not as bad as he thought. So he's not crying yet. He felt prepared for crying. But PlayStation is just, for me, it makes no sense. I understand the trends, and for me, I don't really buy that many physical games. I always promoted, I did like the buy 2, get 1 free at Target. That was always why I told everybody, go get the disc drive for the Pro before they're hard to find and have it because it's options. I would wait for Best Buy to have a clearance or Target to do the 2-for-1 in November, and I would like to know that I got another way to buy games on sale. I don't have to depend solely on the PlayStation Store or on digital codes. There's an overstock. Maybe your Best Buy overordered and they have a sale for Black Friday where all games are $20, or they do it, and it was just another way of options and the potential. If I ever want a used copy, I add the option to get a used copy, even though I really don't buy used games. But that's it. And see the Coon 85, he says, how are we going to share games on PS6? Exactly. Like, the thing is that there was no explanation to the story, and I don't think it ready. And now I don't think it was ready because the PlayStation, they don't even want to talk about the PlayStation 6. So, like, there really is nothing to share. All it does, it creates commotion and question marks as to why you're doing this. And now the narrative has been created for the last 4 or 5 days when they've been the quietest they've ever been. Though this was their last post on July 1st. The account has been quiet since. There you go. Look, they haven't said anything since July 1st. They said GTA and July 1st. They've been quiet. Now, are they rethinking about the shit show that they created? Because Domino's and Kojima was another one, and the media was roasting them. They were definitely creating that whole Xbox 24-hour check-in moment and trying to give it to Sony, going like, what do you mean you're just dropping discs in 2028 because of what? And then when you look at it, it's like, yeah, it's not like 90-10. Like, it's about, there's a quarter of your audience of, and again, we talk about this growing audience. They don't have 3-4 million players out there. Their PC players don't count because they're all digital. So the only people that you really have are your console owners, your physical owners, your PS4 owners, and then PS5 owners. They made international news. Yeah, exactly. Nelson said. And this is the issues that they've let this now. Now, do they come out and say, we just messing with you? Yeah, we just fooling. We just fooling. We're making us. They're going to do an Xbox where they create a problem and then they're going to come out and fix it and look like the heroes. I don't know if the GTA 6 not having physical games, they're like, we're not making physical discs. Like, I think that should have created a huge uproar, but it didn't as bad as when Sony did this, though. That's where I have to ask the Grindhouse, what's going on there? When GTA 6 said there will be no physical releases of GTA 6, I didn't. The pitchforks weren't lit that much. Everybody's like, oh, okay. So, like, but when PlayStation did this, everybody's like, oh. And it wasn't like this year. The GTA 6, the biggest game of our generation, will not have a disc. So for those that hate, that want a digital future, that want a not digital future, physical future, somebody better be going after Rockstar, right? But I didn't see the pitchforks and the hate until the PlayStation one came out. They were lit. But it is pretty wild, though. That GTA, and I don't know if that prompted Sony go, oh, well, GTA 6 broke the ice. They're not having a physical disc. So let's just tell them the truth and pull the Band-Aid off now. So this doesn't muddy our next generation talk. Now they will know that we're not doing discs anymore. And I can see probably the business aspect of it. Like, oh, yeah, let's just let them know now. Give them a year and a half to cry about it. And then we'll start talking about the new console and the new stuff in the next year or two. And then they won't expect the disc drive in it because they know we're not doing discs. I don't understand it. I figured if this was news and this is something they believed in, then it should have a better plan. And they should be able to address kind of anticipate people's concerns with this and kind of address it into the announcement. That's what but East, man, that is the biggest game. People have been waiting years for GTA 6. And what's crazy, I'm sure a lot of people on the PlayStation 4 are waiting to get a PS5 for GTA 6. And if you live in PlayStation 4 land, you're used to having discs available, and no, you're not used to buying a console without a disc drive and not having a disc available. So, like, it is definitely jumping out of the pool into the ice. Like, it really is like, whoa, wait, what do you mean? Wait a second, there's no disc? But no, it's only digital. I don't know. Exactly, Corey. See, Corey, I think that's what their thoughts were. Was like, so now when we talk about this new system, like maybe the handheld, maybe the PS6, it not having a disc drive, therefore, because people, I thought, see, what was interesting to me was that when the PS5 Pro launched without the disc drive, and there was no bundled version with the disc, that was my indication that, like, yeah, they're probably not going to put a disc drive in the next console. When they announced the PS5 Pro without, like, there's only one version of it. There's no with disc bundle. You have to go buy the disc separately. Remember when everybody was talking about go buy a PC because dude, this is what oh my God, the friggin' media, bunch of bitches out there. Bunch of bitches. When the PS5 Pro was announced without a disc drive, they're like, just go get a PC. It's like, what? You got to buy a disc drive. Just go get a PC. It's like, what? Makes no sense. But now they can't say go get a PC because now even Steam priced them out of that shit. But the thing is,
you're my number one customer,
is that there was no disc drive in it. But see, they don't even know what's going on with the 6. Like, if they go, the PlayStation 6 will have a disc drive as an option, just like the PS5. Maybe it uses the same one. I don't know. But I know eventually. See, Octo Ocelot, great point. He a member of 13 Months VIP. Shout out to him. He's in the balcony. He's yelling from the balcony right here. He goes, when is the cutoff then? How long are they supposed to support them? I keep all my consoles and will have my Pro and play PS5 games and PS4 games. And I was thinking that too, Octagon. Like, that was the thing. I was like, well, when do they pull the Band-Aid off? Because this is not forever. They have made physical games an inconvenience. That's how I feel. See, for me, that's why I switched. And I wouldn't consider myself a solely digital gamer, even though, like, I didn't even realize I've been doing it. But I haven't really bought a physical game because I've got screwed so many times where I ordered it from Amazon and never came on release date. They didn't have enough in the store. Target 2 for $1, they didn't even have it in the store. I had to wait for it to get shipped. It came like 2 weeks later. It was because the stores are not stocking them. So,
you're
like,
my number one customer.
It became an inconvenience. If you want to play and be there day one and play, you have to go digital. Or if you want to play it 3 days early, GameStop's not open 3 days early for you to play the physical version. So the issue is that they made physical an inconvenience. You go to GameStop and try to buy physical, they're like, yeah, we only got one. We sold it already. It's the one that we opened. And it's just like, they did digital, early access digital bonuses, pre-downloads. It sucks. That's why I just naturally migrated to it, because I was all about day one. Midnight launches. And when I found out, GameStop stopped doing midnight launches, that's kind of where I started just doing digital. I'm like, shit, I'll just get it from physical. The only thing I used to do physical was I'd buy the sports games, sign up for EA Access. Once my trial was up, then what I would do is then trade in. I would buy the game physical once my trial was up, because then by that time, this was my whole EA. This is where I had the physical thing. You want to hear this? I've said this before. So, but then EA sports games started sucking ass. I stopped buying them. What I would do is play the trial of Madden for 10 days, for 10 hours. Then by that time, I would milk it enough that Madden would eventually be on sale physically. I would then buy Madden physically, play it when my trial is up, And then once I'm done with it and they put Madden into EA Access, then I would go trade in Madden and go get $25 back. And I would do that with Madden. I would do that with hockey. And that was kind of my shtick until I just stopped buying the sports games because they kind of suck. So like I was like always getting Madden, playing, and then everybody stopped. And Giants sucked anyway, so I didn't want to play football. I got pissed off. And then and I have look at this. I'm gonna keep this. I got an NHL 96, NHL 2026 in the plastic. I never even opened it. I got it for Christmas. Never even opened it. It's sitting there. It's my last physical game I bought, and I bought it because it was like $20 at Best Buy on sale during the holidays. And I have it here, all wrapped up. I didn't even buy it. I even have a physical copy of The Quarry. I bought that when it was on sale. Never opened it up because it wound up coming into the digital store, and I just played it from there. And I never opened up the physical copy. So those are in the plastic. Those are going to be relics in 2028. But, it's just crazy, though. But yeah, like people keep your things, don't trade them in. I always traded shit in and just moved on to the new stuff. But they've made it inconvenient for physical. That's why I moved over to digital. But my thing is that as much as everybody is very passionate about digital and physical, and people like the writings on the wall, I do not want to deny those people that collect and are physical collectors and and that's their passion. That's even probably why they got into gaming, is their physical collection. It's coming to an end. Like, I feel bad for those that thrive in that environment where they just, I know Will does that, the physical stuff, and that's kind of their pride. And this happening here is a nutshot, and it sucks. That's why I'm not going to say it doesn't suck. Oh, it's not for me, because I got to recognize the whole audience, our whole audience, everybody has different opinions on things. People like, I never bought a physical game in 10 years. That's fine. But I have to acknowledge that it does suck. And I think the announcement is half-assed. I think if you're going to make such an announcement that passionate people are out there with it, you got to respect what you created. You've given people an option with digital. You've given people physical with disk drive add-ons. You need to be the business and the company that you respect your audience and you acknowledge what's going on and how discs will be supported and what will happen if they're not. Do you have some sort of physical to digital conversion? Do you have something like that? Do you have anything in the plans for that? But just come out there and just say some bullshit like this and then just go ghost. That's some bullshit. Like that's cowardness. And that's some PlayStation horseshit right there. And I would bet you if Xbox was sitting right there at 80 million and you're just waiting for freaking Asha to go, well, this is how we do our games at Xbox, Sony would have a much better response and a much better thought process in doing this. But because Xbox is bleeding out and they got their own problems, Sony could walk around and do this horse shit and not have to tell you the whole story. They could be like, hey, we're done with it in 2028. We're going quiet. We're going to go light some fireworks, bitch. We're out of here. Nobody breathing down their neck. But if Asha or Booty Cheeks was sitting over there and they're just waiting for this kind of crap, and they could come out, yeah, what? Asha goes on Twitter going, we heard you. We will be doing physical discs for beyond 2028. So come to Xbox if you want your physical library. Thank you. If Xbox had that kind of leverage and was sitting around 70 million and a console install base and growing and having bet you damn right that you're getting more than this bullshit from PlayStation. But no competition. Sony runs around and Sid running his mouth. And they just tell you what they want to tell you. A half a story. That makes them look like a bunch of asses. Spick and Span with the 2. He goes, keep it going, guys. Sony going to reverse course. Who knows, man? Maybe. Spick and Span, I was thinking they were not. But now they've gone quiet. I don't know. Maybe they'll reconsider it for another year. Take it on a case-by-case basis. I don't know. Maybe they'll just be limited runs. Like limited run gaming was roasting them. Like this is the thing. They've been getting cooked by everybody. Gamefly was like, you know what? This is bullshit. We're going to support our subscribers. Gamefly, GameStop. We had the limited run games. Because they're like, well, I guess there's no more disk drives anymore. People like that really do the physical. Like, so everybody. Kojima doesn't like it. The industry was going after them. Domino's Pizzas. Everybody was roasting them for this thing until it's still. And they have nothing to say. So who knows? Maybe the pressure of everything. Like, I don't think it's good PR for them at all. And it's not the kind of roadway you want into GTA 6. Like, I would say, like, you will want to be the anti-Microsoft right now. If Microsoft is restructuring and a bloodbath over there, I would want to show how we are confident. We have all these great games. We got this great plan. We got this. You want to be on PlayStation. Now, with this whole no physical 2028, is that the best time to have people say, I'm going to go buy a PlayStation now to get GTA 6? Because you just created a big question mark because you didn't tell the whole story. And if there is a whole story,
You're my number one customer.
who knows? Glassdoor the 2, he goes, Gen Z and Gen A are like, what are discs? I know, man. I'm telling you, they're relics. They're relics. They are. But again, the blog post says January 2028. There you go. Yeah, it says right here. Did I misspeak? I said in 28. For Brizzle, member 45 months, screaming from the balcony as a VIP grinder. He goes, honest question. If this all-digital future is revealed to support sellable digital license and shareable license, would that be good enough? I would. I've been asking for digital trade-ins or things like that for a long time because I'm like, if you want to recreate that feeling, they should have implemented it a long time ago. And they did, for Brizzle, they did something like that with SharePlay, but that's not giving somebody the license or lending it. But if you remember, back when Xbox was doing this shit, everybody liked the family plan, where if you put 4 or 5 profiles on the account and you could lend it out and share it for a little bit. Actually, the Switch does it. You could lend out a game to another family profile, and then in a week, they send it back to you. But you can't play it during that time. Now, is it losing a sale? Maybe. But it may be gaining one because the person is trying out the game, and maybe they're inclined to buy it. That's why I always felt like trials. That was huge benefits of digital, was the trial aspect. That you could get people to play games that they would not want to buy or don't feel confident buying. They could see if they like it and then convert and buy. Or if I'm playing a game going, dude, you got to check this out. Play it. Hey, I'm going to lend it to you for 3 days. You could play it. And then the license
You're my number one customer.
Right back to the person. These are the kind of benefits that digital can do because you could do it not in person. You could do it to somebody that's in the other side of the country. And those are the kind of things that you should be leading with when you want to talk about a digital future. That's my whole point. Is like the story. What if you're just doing this because what? You want to save money? Like, what do you do? You're just doing this and you're just giving this is exactly what Xbox did. You're going to have check-ins and this and that. And it's like, why? It's like, oh, but you will be able to family plan. It was too late because you led with the bullshit. You didn't lead with the benefits that the customer will get from such a venture. That's what I mean. Idiots. Assholes. They have no PR. They have no competence. They don't understand their audience. It's like if I had to say this shit, I would be like, no. We're not saying anything about not doing physical until we tell them why and what the benefits are of doing a digital future. Maybe a new feature of lendable and shareable licenses. Maybe a digital trade-in. Maybe better trials. Maybe something else. We got to lead with the benefits and then give the reasoning why. We can't just lead go, yeah, we're not doing physical discs anymore in 2028. And then just go ghost. That's like, you fucking stupid? So I don't even know who makes these decisions over there, but it's somebody who probably doesn't have think that they could walk on water and they don't have Xbox breathing down their neck. So they could do this fuck shit like this. It's freaking stupid. They're dumbasses. Because I wouldn't lead with that. There you go, Octagon Ocelot. There's another answer right here. The PS6 may be a handheld hybrid like a Switch. I was talking about that last week. I was like, maybe it's something where the hard drive is playable, and then you pull the hard drive on a PlayStation 6, and then it uses the PlayStation 6 like an external GPU and just boosts all the stuff up and just blasts it on your screen. And maybe that's why a digital future may be for like a hybrid like that. Because now the game will live on your handheld, and when you rip it off, it just plays it natively. And then when you put it down, the PlayStation 6 has all this GPU power, like your eGPU, and it just blasts it onto your TV in like super resolutions. And then you just rip off the handheld, and now you got one to go. Like, that will be a hybrid PS6. That will make sense why a digital there, because if you have physical disc, it'll be, how would you rip the thing off to play on the go? See? So, like, that's what I mean. Maybe if they explain what it is, but we don't know. That's why I said they needed to tell the whole story or some benefits of this decision, but they didn't. And now they're quiet and they've been getting roasted. And that's what I mean. Like, they needed to, if it is a handheld that Lugo, exactly, it would make sense. But them just saying this and going ghost, it doesn't look good. And it lets everybody just give them this bad roasting session, and they just get thrown into the shit with everything else. So I don't know who made the decision, but they're dumb. Because I wouldn't, I don't even run this freaking company, and I wouldn't do that. Because there's nothing here. Like, what is the purpose of this on July 1st, 2026? They're like, what? What is the purpose of it? And Nintendo, you think Nintendo's in the clear? Nintendo got all this digital sharing and license bullshit down pat. All they got to do is stop making those little the drives. They're one generation away from getting rid of those friggin' those little SD cards because they're not big enough anyway. That's the other problem. These games are so big. Pause, Phil. They don't even fit on the discs anymore.
Like, I'd have to go back and look at
the games don't even fit on the discs anymore. And the Switch one, they don't even fit on those little piece of shit cartridges. The games are bigger than the media. Oh, we only could make the game at 2 gigabytes because it won't fit on the disc. They don't fit. And then what's crazy, all these people that want physical so bad, where is the roasting session for Xbox? They haven't put the game on the disc for like 3 years. DoesItPlay.com or whatever has shown that Xbox don't even put the freaking game on the disc. So if you're up in going camping and you put in your Xbox, oh, what's that? A turtle. Stay hydrated. Thank you. I appreciate it. What are the jewels with the turtles? Silver Guzzi says, stay hydrated. Thank you so much, man. I'll stay hydrated. I'm drinking my waters right here. Thank you. Xbox haven't put the games on the disc for goddamn 5 years. They give you a little, it's a key. You put the disc in the Xbox, it says I got to go to the internet and get the game for you. The game is not even on the disc. So what kind of physical ownership is that? Doom the Dark Age, there you go, Otaku. 200 megabytes on the disc. Dude, that's the license key. They don't even do it. That's like the scene from Tommy Boy. I could take a shit in a box and stick guarantee on it. I like guarantee on the box. It makes me feel warm inside. He's like, I could go take a shit in a box. I'll put guarantee on it. What is the benefit of Xbox giving you a physical disc? The game not even there. You go up to a cabin and go put your Xbox in there, and somebody, first of all, you got yelled at for somebody's like, why'd you bring this piece of shit? It's like, well, I got the Xbox Series S. I'm sorry. You bring that shit up there to the cabin. Make sure they don't murder you up there because you brought the S. And then you go like, oh, let me put my game in there. Here's my disk drive. Let me put Halo in here. And it says, oh, thank you for putting Halo disc in here. We need to get the game for you. Like, what? I put the disc in I put the disc in the Xbox. You can't do the Series S. I'm sorry. You put the Series X. I put the disc in the Series X. And I'm like, I got my Halo. Let me play. My friend wants to play. Won't play. I'm like, we got to get the game for you online. Please connect. The game is not even on the disc. PlayStation, at least, but put the game on the disc. So I don't even know what physical means in Xbox land. There's some sort of data, some sort of horse shit on there, but it's not the game. They still need the internet to download the game. I remember my last double cartridge game, a double disc game, was Cyberpunk. And then what happens is that you get the game physical, and then they drop it in your service. And it's like, oh, shit, I don't need a physical disc anymore. Another reason why I went digital was because I had multiple PlayStations. So when I would buy the game, it actually was that, like, I could do the sharing where the profile sharing where other people could play the game on other PlayStations on a different account, and I could play it on a different account. And that's like, I go to my other PlayStation and I can easily just play the game, not having to go to the other room and getting the disc and what disc is in there. Same thing goes with the Portal. I had the Portal or remote play, and I have my library access. I don't have just limited to whatever game is in my system. I have the Astrobot disc. That's it. I have Astrobot. That was the last Sony game I bought on disc was Astrobot. I wanted the map or whatever the hell they had with it. There was like something in it. The 2-for-1 special. I know. The Target one. But, yeah. And then you see here with the disc drive, Sony updated their thing and they said here, discs for games released before 2028 can continue to be played on this console. I don't know if this is modded. I don't know if somebody said this, but apparently implying that they even put it on there. New release games on the PlayStation will be available for purchase. Discs for before 2028 can continue to be played. But I don't know. Again, bunch of question marks. Bunch of question marks because somebody over there, they're not challenged. Nobody's breathing down their neck. Nobody's competing with them. Because Xbox spent themselves out of business. And Nintendo's in La La Land. But Nintendo's doing all that digital stuff too. But they still have the cartridges. But they have that whole virtual card shit just messed up.
You're my number one customer.
But this is what happens when you tell half the story. And then you let the narrative get away from you. And Domino's Pizza's roasting your ass. And everybody else. Michael Meridian with the 5. He goes, Jez, I saw Michael Packed on thumbnail. Is he back? Is he still in the basement with the fax machine and the hand lotion? No, he's still with that lotion right now. He don't know what's going on, man. He got that face going. He missed this one. Pack, he's like 3 weeks behind on the news. Alien says what we can do is hurt the sales of Sony games, Sony exclusives. I don't know. Like, do you think, like, and hell, let's do a poll here, Grinders. I'm going to do a poll here of the Grindhouse. Like, buy games. How do you buy games? And we'll do it right here. Digital or physical. We'll see what the Grindhouse is. Or physical. There you go. And I'll put an option for both, but I don't think we should put an option for both because that's the easy way. Let's just do digital, physical, primarily your way. We'll start there. And you got to understand too. The other thing is typically your PlayStation owners, they tend to buy more games. They're more about the ownership and buying. And with that, usually comes more of the physical ownership of the game and getting it physical. So, I really think, I don't want to prove anything. I just want to know, like, what the audience prefers. Like, what is the ratio of the audience in the Gaming Grindhouse over two? Well, how many people got in here? We have 170 people in here. Hit that like button. But yeah, I would say for me, I'm digital because I only have like 3 physical games. So yeah, so really honestly say, again, there's no right or wrong answer because I'm going to tell you right now, the fact that it's going away takes that whole option away. That I can't ask this question in 2028. That's the fucked up thing. No, I'm not doing both. You gotta be either or, Hero Down Under. Where do you primarily play? Unless you have 50 physical and 50 digital, both wouldn't be there. You gotta be where your library is primarily physical, or is your library primarily digital? I agree. I go with whatever's cheaper. But majority of my library is digital. I want to know how many people's libraries. What's your library at? That's why I didn't put the third option in, because people will do both to be neutral. There's no neutrals here. What is your primary library? You prefer physical, but is your library all physical? Now, you prefer digital, but you have... That's the thing. Like, I love having physical, but I buy everything digital. Well, then you're a digital is your answer. What is your library? And I would tend to think that's going to lean more to digital. Because I know, like myself included, we like the idea of physical as an option. But what does our library tell us? Where do we buy our games? And that's it. And that's what the question is. And don't cap on the poll. True SSJ Havoc got you. He's the warden. He's checking. He's going to get the receipts. But you may prefer digital, or you may prefer physical because you want cheaper deals. But do you have all physical? Is your library majority physical? Or you have the wall of games? If you have like 20 games on physical, but then you have 115 that you bought digitally, then you would answer digital. Because that, I think, is the caveat. Because a lot of people could say, I love physical. Like like myself. I like physical. I like the option of it. I like it that I have the availability. That's why I bought the disc drive, to have that option. But if you ask me what my library is, it's digital. It's all digital. I got like 5 physical games. So, and that's where I think the problem is, because a lot of people want the option, but the data, I guess, to Sony is showing that people, like they said, 80% of their sales. So, but again, there's no right and wrong. Like, if you prefer, and I think that's the thing. If you prefer physical, the problem is that option's not there anymore. And that's where I have a problem with it. Like, they're taking our option away. And it's not like it's 95% to 5%, man. There's still a significant amount of people that would buy digital. And through their data and stuff, are their own first-party games, where people like to own them and buy their first-party games, the physical may be there, and they're not doing it now. And I wish they had collector's edition, and even that, the collector's editions. We pay all that money for those collector's editions. They don't even put a friggin' disc in the box. They got the balls to give us a steel book and a code. What am I supposed to do with the steel book? Why are you giving me a steel book and a code? I thought that was the wildest shit. I got a CD case, but no CD in it. You open it up and the code's in there. That's when I know shit was done. So I don't know. I think it was messed up, and it sucks. That's why the title of the show, it says it sucks. Because it does. Jay Show, member 39 months, yelling from the balcony. He says, no water, drink whiskey. Oh, shit. He wants whiskey dick. Last Dog Game with the 2, he says the publishers want this from Sony. $4, 4 of them. Oh, yeah, I am sure. And that's what I mean, too. Like, they probably want to cut out the middlemen. They want their data faster. They want to know how their games are selling. They want to wait for Target to tell them how much physical's going. Think about how fast they're able to get the data on how the game is doing with digital sales. Whereas with physical, you got to figure out whether it gets out there, does it get by. Like you don't need. You get the data so fast, and they don't have to give anybody a cut. I remember when I worked at Circuit City. When I worked at Circuit City, buying a disc, the disc wouldn't be marked up that much. It would be like 10% off a game. So if a game was $50, you only get $5 off. That was the markup that the stores put on there at Circuit City. It was 10%. I remember. I was like, that sucks. Like, that's it. I don't get games. No, but, man, you buy an accessory, it's 50% markup. But the games only had 10% markup. That was it. But they want all their money, dude. And I think the other thing that I think trips people up is that we really never saw the special sales that they were going to tell us, like, well, digital saves them so much money with no cartridge, with no the plastic and the books. And, you know, we used to get colored books back then. Now we get black and white. Now we just get slips. Now we get nothing. Digital saves the money, and that money gets passed. That money never got passed on to us. Digital should have been $10 cheaper than physical when they first rolled it out. No, it wasn't. It was always the same price. And sometimes it became more. But that was all horseshit. Digital should have been $10 less, according to the savings that they were talking about with the no discs needed and the no cases needed. But we never saw that. I remember when they said, hey, we used to do colored books. Remember the colored books? I used to collect them and read them like a little encyclopedia. When I had my Nintendo and Super NES, the colored books, and all of a sudden they said, we're going to save on the colors. We're going to make them black and white books. Oh, shit, the black and white instruction books now. And then they said, you want to know what? How about we just give you the cover of the book with nothing inside and tell you to go online? And then they took away the books. And then they said, you want to know what? Now we're just going to put coupons in there for other things like Fanta sodas and stuff like that. We only have shit in there about the game. Then they said, forget about the papers. Just give them nothing. Open it up, and there's nothing in there. There's the code. You're buying an empty case with a piece of paper inside. That's why I said this industry's fucked up. They're messed up, man. I've never seen a mishandling of an industry. They didn't even come out with cool cases for the digital codes. Like, hey, let's do like a digital code case or something like that. Why don't we make them like look like CDs and the code is on the CD? Make it fun. No, they said, here's the empty case and here's your slip and your Fanta 10% off coupon. Fanta sodas. I'm like, what? And what's even crazy is that the case was meant for a DVD, a Blu-ray, and there's nothing in it. It wasn't even like they took that part out. Like, hey, guys, we're not even going to put a disc in here. We're just going to give them the case with a code. Like, make it fun. Make it like a small case. Maybe the case looks like the system or something like that, or an Xbox with an X. I don't know. Have X cards, like a game looks like an X, and the X, you rip it off, and there's the code on it. Like, make the delivery a little fun. No, they said, you know what? Give them the same CD case with the CD, the indent, and just put in the code in the slip. That's some cheap-ass bitches. I would have redesigned. They were just like, yep, like you would open up and go, I forgot the disc. There's no disc in here. Oh, the game is actually behind all those ads on the left. Those slips, those paper slips. They didn't have the balls to change the cases for the code. Then they go, oh, special, we'll give you a steel book. Steelbook for who? For what? What is it? A wrestling weapon I can use to smack somebody on the head with? Why do I need a steelbook? For who? For what? Are you gonna ship me the disc later? Dude, they've been scamming us with physical hardware, with physical games for a decade. And it sucks that this is where we are at. But think about it. It's been a dying thing for all these years. It's been messed up. They treated their physical stuff like shit for a long time. This is not surprise July 1st. Oops. They've been building up to this moment. Because they've been scamming physical players for all these years with that horse shit. $250 edition. The special editions go up in price and they give you less. They don't even put the physical game in the physical edition. You get statues of Kratos and his son. And then in the box, it's like, oh, yeah, there's a code somewhere in here. And this is what I mean, where the industry is run by a bunch of assholes. And I've never seen a gaming industry treat itself like shit. And that's the problem. I've never seen an industry disrespect itself and disrespect its contributors, their customers, the way the gaming industry does. And that's the problem. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, they got their roasted, and they even got community noted. Because somebody mentioned in the chat too about their return policy sucks. You get like one a year. You got to like do it through the chat. Sony neither the customer support or account security to support a digital ecosystem. Somebody wrote that they said that there's been issues with their verification processes, their account security. So like they're going after them every which way. That's right. It's an industry run by out-of-touch, money-grubbing morons. Yeah, exactly. They are. And yeah, I can see the music industry shits on its artists and stuff like that, you know, with the Spotify and paying them out. I could see that. I could see that too. You know, Saber. I could see that. Hollywood, yeah, somewhat, but you know, they not as much. The gaming industry, see, I feel like the problem with the gaming industry is that they still treat it like I said, like at the toy aisle at Target. They go with the trend. They make these bogus decisions to think the kids are like this. And they don't respect the media that they're making, and they're just trying to get money from them. Like they think we're clueless. That's the reason why I grind on Xbox so much, because they treat the customer like we're a bunch of numbskulls. You know? Shout out to Michael Meridian with the 5 VIPs in the house. Who'd he get? He got Kill Cam, he got Matthew, he got Compensated, he got J-Tech, and he got Average G. Yo, thank you so much. Michael Meridian with the 5 VIPs in the house, getting us to our goal. Thank you. There we go, VIPs. Check out the show we did last week. It was a banger show. I had to remove the DJ part of it. But if you catch the show live, I do a DJ mix in the beginning, but then YouTube blocked it all, so I had to remove the DJ mix. So if you get to the balcony shows where Michael Meridian has given us 5 VIPs, you won't see it on the replay, but if you catch it live, I do a DJ mix from my other thing that I like to do, and then we just do DJ mix. I do real songs, and we cook. And it's a good jam. But then YouTube blocked it, and 70% of my audience couldn't see it, so I had to get rid of that part. There you go. Talk about imploding on there. Exactly. The industry thinks we're stupid, but we're the ones spending the money. So I'm going to shut down the poll in another few minutes. But yeah, let me see if I got all the first part of the roast done of these guys. And again, like I'll ask you guys this before we move on. What the hell's my thing? Oh, I gotta move the display. I'll ask you before we move on. Do you think, and you can put like a 1 for yes or 2 for no. Do you think they are quiet because they're considering to spin this or reverse course or maybe reconsider? A 1 for yes for a reconsider. 2, no, they're going full blown ahead. They say, suck it, dudes. So what do you think? You think that they gone quiet because they're reconsidering? Or you think they gone quiet number 2 because they're still doing this and they just wanted to see Xbox get that smoke today? So put a 1 in the chat if you think they were reconsidering, a 2 if you think this is it. Nick says, Jed, do you think that the PS6 is in trouble? I don't think it's in trouble, but I do think it's going to be a tough sell. That's the problem, I think. I think that, they're really going to have to show games. They're really going to have to show the support. They're really going to have to show the reasons why. It's going to be a tougher sell. Is it in trouble? I don't think so, but I do think that maybe the uptick of it is going to be tough. Wow, I'm seeing a lot of 2s. So a lot of people think that they are reconsidering this horse shit. There you go, grinders. I think so. I think there's something up. I'm leaning more towards a 2. I think they're going to come back with some sort of spin or reconsidering, maybe put it out a year or some clarity on it, the fact that they've been quiet. The grinders say 2. Oh, wait, no, I forget. No, 2 was wait a second. No, 2 is they're moving ahead with it. I'm sorry. I even messed myself up. 1 is they're reconsidering. 2 is they're moving ahead. A lot of 2s, yes. I don't know. I'm leaning towards the 1. I'm thinking they may come up with it. I think I think there's some sort of reconsidering and push. They're going to do something. 2 is they won't do anything. Thank you, Nick. I fucked up. I messed up my own goddamn thing. Holy shit. Oh shit, yo, I'm cooking. One, they do. Oh man, I all messed up now. 1 is they're reconsidering. 2, they're going all the way. There you go. That's what it was. The Coon said they aren't reconsidering shit. I was too busy answering the question about the PS6. Oh, I got confused. Somebody said they converted the plant. I thank you, Nick. I messed up my own thing. I couldn't do another poll. But I'm going to tell you, for me, I think it's happening, but I think they may do like a goodwill gesture. That's what I'm thinking. Because them going quiet, I think it's kind of strange. Like, they're not just moving ahead like it's every other day. Now, it was a holiday weekend, so maybe that's why. But, I do think it needs more clarification. I think it needs more of a story to it. And, they can't just do this and just let it go because they're going to get cooked. And my Xbox is 1 sentence away from getting some leverage. If Asha comes out saying, we heard you, we've seen you, affecting this thing. We're considering putting the disk drive in our next Project Helix. We'll have a disk drive and we'll be supporting physical media, even if they don't put the game on the disc. Her just saying they're going to support physical media with Project Helix past 2028. That's all she has to say. And all of a sudden, Xbox starts the pathway to being an industry darling. I'm telling you, Sony did it to them. This is the moment the Xbots have been waiting for. It's like the slow clap. This is it. They're 1 sentence away from Asha putting out a tweet going, just want to let and even with all the layoffs and all the shit, Asha goes, I just want to let you know that Project Helix will have a disk drive and we'll be supporting physical media on our system.
You're my #1 customer.
From our first party past 2028 and longer. That's it. She don't even need to know gaming. She puts out that 1 sentence, and all of a sudden, you get the, and everybody starts going, wait a second. Maybe she did hear us. And what about all the studios closing? Yeah, but physical games. I'm telling you, man. The gaming audience is a fickle audience. You see how many people are ready to burn Sony at the legs. You never know. You never know. But I tell you, that would be some goodwill Phil Asha right there, Phil. Something Phil wish you could have had.
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look at the.
I'm just telling you. And Sony be caught with their pants down again. Sid having pants down. And Herman would be like, I wasn't expecting this. I thought they were done. And this is what I always said about Sony. You stupid asses with the hubris. Every time you have Xbox on the ropes. On the ropes. Asha's laying off everybody. She's getting rid of IP. Xbox is a bloodbath. They're on the ropes. All you got to go over to them on the ropes and go like this and blow them into the ground. They're out. Every single time Xbox is like down and out. They're cooked. They don't know what to do with themselves. And then Sony's like, you know what? Let's do some stupid shit. And it's just like, what are you doing? All you got to do is go over there and blow on them. You go, and they fall into the ground. They're cooked. You double down, GTA, PlayStation. You put the PlayStation on sale. It's like, what are you doing? I'll be sitting there going, yo, Xbox is about to reconsider everything they've done in the last 10 years, and they're cooking everybody. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put the PlayStation 5 on sale and do a GTA bundle. Dude, that's what I would do. I would say $50 off PlayStation this week. That's what I would do. For just 1 week only. This week. Xbox said the Bloodbath on Monday. I say, you know what? PlayStation, 50 off. $50 off your PlayStation. Throw in a fucking game. Put Soros in there. Jesus. We need them on the ropes. Like, they're on the ropes. You go every time. Every time. Xbox is a mess. They're with this, and then Herman's like, let's get them Concord. Ha, 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 ha. And then we'll get rid of it. It's like, Herman, you dumbass. Every friggin' time. Xbox is just, they're like, yo, it's over. It's cooked. What was it last year? Xbox had no games, and then Sony comes out with some fuck shit like, oh yeah, Helldivers 2 is going to Xbox. What are we doing here? What? Xbox is on the ropes. Phil Spencer is holding on with his big ass head like this.
I mean,
all you had to do was go over there. And look at you could have walked by Phil Spencer and you could have did this. You could have went like this. You walk by Phil Spencer and you fucking pucker up your ass and go, and he's out. He's out of the crowd. He's done. You cooked him. All you had to do was a fart. And then you go, we're putting Helldivers 2 on Xbox, PlayStation. What the fuck is wrong? What is wrong with you? Again, idiots. You knew this was coming. We knew this was coming for a month. Now's a great time to add about digital games. Are you stupid? Instead of talking about physical discs, you should have said the PlayStation's on sale for $50 this week. Xbox is fucked. They're getting rid of all their IP. Buy a PlayStation. That's what I would do. Like, do you even want to sell? I gotta think their marketing team, their PR team, they're a bunch of assholes. I would capitalize on this in an instant. They practically told you they're gonna have a bloodbath on the fucking July 6th. I would have said, shit, bundle Soros in for the week. Like, are you kidding me? Give them a fucking $25 coupon. Capitalize on this shit. They told you. Instead, you're like, you know what? Just tell them about no physical dicks. And then you got fucking Domino's roasting your ass over the weekend. Like, you really needed that? Oh, you're going to hide behind the Xbox news with your bad news? If I was gonna do, I would have announced this right after GTA launched on my PlayStation. Everybody playing GTA, but yeah, there's no more GTA, not physical. Yes, so is our games in 2028. All right, enjoy GTA 6. That's what I would do. This shit comes out, I'll be like, oh yeah, people, GTA 6 not coming out, and no, GTA 6 doesn't have a physical version. Then Sony would be a little disclaimer at the bottom. Yeah, we're not gonna have physical versions in 2028. Anyway, that's what I would put it. Right under GTA 6. Enjoy. Instead, they go, Xbox is like, yeah, we're done. We're done. Asha doesn't know gaming. Matt Booty is there shitting in the corner. PlayStation should have been like this, like, yo, I want sales on all the PlayStations at every fucking store this weekend. Like, where, like, I want to tell you exactly, Mass Produce, the New Age Corporate Energy, dude. You know what? That would have been what in the 90s. That's exactly what they'd be doing. They'll be like, yo, PlayStation on sale this week. We're not going bloodbath. We're actually selling our shit. Help us get to 100 million. Here's $25 off this week. Where everybody's talking about how Xbox is rebuilding, resetting. We don't need a reset. We got a refund of $25 going back to everybody this week. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. See, Pablo said they said 3,200 layoffs. Know what I would say? $32 off this week. That's fucking messy. But 3,200 layoffs. We got $32 coupons. Oh shit. Oh, that's fucking messy. That's fucking messy. Phil, get in there. Phil, help me here.
I mean,
It's
I don't know.
ridiculous.
Like, I'd have to go back and look
Balunchi.
at that.
Something. $10 off coupons for all PlayStation owners. That's what this week only. I don't know. Some bullshit like that. Capitalize on it. Your competition. They still believe Xbox is competition. Right? The Shino and Son and shit. Like, they believe Xbox competition. Well, why are you doing it? Just like last year, man. I remember. It was like, I went on vacation, and it was like, yo, Xbox is cooked. They're like, Phil Spencer's done. That was a horrible show. It was like so bad, and all of a sudden, like in the midst of Xbox just being roasted and like down and out, Sony just comes in and going, yeah, we're putting Helldivers 2 on Xbox. What the fuck? It's like, what? They're hanging on by the skin of their teeth at the edge of the ropes. All you gotta do is blow on them, they fall out of the ring. And you say, no, come back in. I'm gonna give you Helldivers 2. Come back in here. They've been talking about a month. They're gonna have a bloodbath and a restructuring, a reset. I wouldn't even let them breathe. I'll be like, yo, while they're resetting, we're stomping them out. While Xbox hits reset, we're going to be there with the foot and pound on their ass. We're going to put shit on sale for 1 week only while they're resetting. Why do you look? Oh, yeah, let everybody hate us too with physical announcements while Xbox is resetting so we can let them catch back up or try to compete. Are you stupid? Well, you got hubris so far up your ass, Sony, that you don't even know. Then you deserve all this shit coming to you. And you deserve the FAFO. That's all I say, Sony. If you're that stupid and that dumb to just let people crawl back up your ass, then you deserve all that FAFO you're getting. With your service games, Nishino's still talking that shit. Dumbass. Herman, go with your cardboard doll of Aloy and go in a corner somewhere, you bitch ass. Herman Holtz. I thought you were a tough guy. You wound up to be a bitch. Herman Holtz with his goddamn buttons undone. He's the worst goddamn executive I've ever seen, that Herman Holtz. He used to come in talking hot, 3 buttons undone, quality splits. He's been a bitch ass. Making some goofy ass Aloy shit. Oh, I'm going to make cartoon Aloy. Herman, you dumbass. Dude, exactly. Still talking about the service games. I'm going to make some service games. The fact that Herman Holtz is making it has friggin' the most the studio that makes the most incredible looking games, working on some cartoon ass Aloy service ass bullshit. Got to be studied. It needs to be studied. Herman Holtz being a bitch ass for Aloy. Like, you gotta be kidding me. They make the most incredible looking games, make your eyes bleed. And you said, you're going to make cartoon Aloy. Yes, it's wonderful quality and a service game too. Because I didn't learn from Concord. I want service Aloy. So I can get the blue hair and the red hair and the purple hair Aloy. And I could dress up my Aloys and let them run around and fight one enemy at a time because I just want to look at my Aloy. Herman, you dumbass. Like, it's crazy. It's some crazy ass shit over there, Herman. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what happened to his ass. Don John freak ass. Right. You know, he's $13 off. I don't understand it. We got, you know what, Don John? I think I'm gonna replace it. That Herman Holtz split, that's old Herman. I'm gonna be a Herman hugging Aloy now. That's gonna be the new emoji. Get the hell out of here with this shit, Herman Holtz. Oh no, I think him on the yacht got him soft. That's what happened. I think Herman was on the yacht too long and he got soft. That's what happened. He's like, look at the sunset. It is beautiful with my blow up Aloy. And I'm fishing here. Who needs great games when I got my blow up doll of Aloy and the sunset on my yacht? That's what happened. I think Herman got soft. I think he got soft. I think the yacht and the drinking and the blow up Aloy doll, I think it got him soft. That's what happened. And he came back to the land and he lost shit. That's what I think. That's what I think. Came back with turtlenecks and shit. Yeah, I think we're done. I think Herman not the tough guy anymore. I'm gonna take down all the goddamn Herman Van Dams. He's Van Bitch. Easy to this. Aloy never gets Herman soft. They got the blow up Aloy doll. And I don't even know, man. That's gonna be a disaster. The only game that's worth the damn is the friggin' Marvel token. Everything else, like the fair games or who stole my goddamn gold treasures and the goddamn Aloy game, you gotta be kidding me. Like, those are gonna be epic failures. I don't give a shit what beta, cousin's former roommate, pre-alpha you've been playing. That game is ass. That game looks like shit. And it plays like shit. That Aloy Hunter, Herman Hunters, or whatever they call it, Herman Hunters, that game is ass. I don't give what bullshit, but they're hiding that shit. They're hiding even the beta from people. They got some one jank-ass, big-ass robot standing there and 4 friggin' Aloys with different color hair smacking on the thing. That game is going to last 2 hours. Herman Hunters. That's what that game is called here on the Gaming Grindhouse. And I don't care if you like it, you like it. I'm calling it right now. That's Herman Hunters. It's a bullshit. I don't know the name of the fucking game. Hunter Gatherers, Herman Hunters. That's fucking Herman Hunters. That game looks like shit. That game not gonna do anything. Just you die. Like, it's horrible. And whatever that, we can't even call them Jade Raymond Studios anymore. Jade Raymond gone. We don't have Haven who? Haven who? Oh, we renamed the game to Find My Gold. Stop with this shit. That shit's going to last a weekend. And give it away for free. Those games are dead. The fact that Nishino even said the word service games, I wanted to punch my screen when that dopey ass said anything. We still fund the Valiant service games. Bitch, do your token Marvel game with fighting superheroes. You're good. All that other shit, yo, cancel it. Get rid of it.
You're my number one customer.
Get rid of that shit. Nobody's going to be playing that. You're going to be saying that's another game that he's going to dump out there. I don't care. Jay Shell, I don't care. That game has a presentation of an asshole. That game looks like shit. And it doesn't look fun at all. And I don't give a shit if I played it or not. It's going to break my rule. Because that game is not the Horizon game that I want. That is something that Horizon is the most beautiful looking game that makes your eyes bleed and justifies the power of the PlayStation. Not that Saturday morning cartoon Herman Hunter's bullshit. That is not Horizon. And Horizon's fighting an uphill battle anyway. They shove it in everybody's face. I love the franchise, but I'm not interested at all of playing Herman Hunters. Because that's not Horizon. That's Saturday morning cartoon baby Horizon. Nobody wants that shit. I don't care. I can read the room. That is not made for anybody besides Herman. I don't care. I'm breaking my rule. No, knock it till you try it. I'm knocking that game because that Herman Hunters, that's not Horizon. Some fucking Saturday morning cartoon spinoff bullshit. And you can see it wasn't even in their fucking showcase. Herman Hunters. They're hiding that shit. They had a dude stand in front of the TV about fucking 40 feet with the TV in the background. They're not even showing it. That tells you right there all you need to know about Herman Hunters. I don't even know if it's in beta 1, alpha, pre-beta, pre-launch beta. Who the hell knows? Who knows? All I know is they're hiding that shit. And when they hide games, it's done. Now, what is this? The Thirsty Turtle says, I got another one. Stay hydrated. I'm going to take a drink right now. It's insulting to Horizon games. Exactly, Wild Wolf. Oh, that's right. Exactly. When they said a Horizon multiplayer game, I thought I'd be running around in the real Horizon world fighting these things like a monster hunter. Oh, okay. Well, when they showed that, and it looks hard. Like they got one of those. It's not even doing the animations and fighting of Horizon. It's standing there with like 2 moves. Like the shit was eating grass, and it's like, yeah, let's just beat the shit out of it with 3 people flying around with purple strikes. And that's supposed to be fun? Like, what the hell is that? And why does that get greenlit? But everything else is like, like it's just ridiculous. Same shit with Bungie. Gut the bitches and make Destiny 3. Stop fucking around. Like, this is what I mean. Like, you got to be a cutthroat. And this is maybe because PlayStation doesn't have competition, but they're making some stupid-ass decisions. Bungie should have been cut, roasted, and repurposed 3 months ago. As soon as a month after Marathon came out, that game fucking sucks. Stop it. You're gone. Make Destiny 3. Go make Halo. I would do some shit like that. But they're letting those guys jerk around with Marathon. Get that shit out of there. Nobody wants that shit. Have some goddamn balls. Sony got ballless all of a sudden. That's what I said. Herman turned ultimate bitch on everybody. I think that CEO time, when he was sharing CEO purposes, he went into turtleneck mode. He went into fucking turtleneck mode. People screaming for PlayStation IP from the past. And they had Blue Point making some fucking God of War horse shit. Like, what are you doing? People screaming from the rooftops. They want to see what Bend is making. They're more like Bend Over. They haven't done shit. Sony got no balls anymore. They're a bunch of bitch asses. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're all on the yacht. I think they're drinking too much over there. I don't know what they're doing. I want to see some fucking cutthroat bullshit. That's what they need to do. The fact that they had made Bungie going, yeah, we're still going to work on Marathon. What? What? Nah. That game sucks. It didn't do well. You're done. Let's do something else. We want you to go make Resistance. Because Insomniac been cooking, and we want you to go make a first-person shooter. So, Bungie, you go take the Resistance IP, and you're going to make this game because we bought your ass. And you haven't made shit for us, so we want you to now make the new Resistance game. Where's that Sony at? Where's the Sony? Where's the Shuhei that goes in there and flips over fucking tables saying, that's not my God of War? Where's that Sony? We got a bunch of pampered ass Margaritaville motherfuckers working there right now. It's ridiculous. Like I said, they need to be cutthroat. Xbox is on the ropes. You cut them out. You don't throw them a bone with some horse shit like this. You don't throw them a bone with some bullshit like this. You don't put Hell Divers 2 over there. You cut them the fuck out. And when you play that game, we benefit because we get all the good shit. I don't get it. Have Bungie do Killzone. Exactly. We got better ideas. We should run our own fucking Sony games here. Like this, you got to be kidding me. That's what I mean. This industry is a bunch of bitch asses. They treat us like they know better. They know nothing. They make stupid decisions and people lose their jobs because of dumbass executives. People are screaming for IP to come back from Sony. And instead of having the studios work on that thing, they got them working on God of War live service game, and then they shut them down. Are you kidding me? And then you proceed to show Herman Hunters, and then you proceed to have the balls. Jade Raymond left Fair Games, and you have the name to rename it. Nobody even cares. You didn't even show it at your show. It's just ridiculous how non-competitive they are. And that's what I think happened to all three of them. Elvin Funk, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. They stopped fighting each other. And they all got soft. And what happened? They're all messed up. Like, this is the thing. They stopped competing in each other. It was, and I think it all stemmed back from when they all started sharing online. Better together, all that horse shit. No, I didn't want to be better together. I want the three of you to beat the shit out of each other for my dollar bill. Enough of this grabbing ass between the three of them. Because it hasn't amounted to anything. And I just feel like these studios got too soft. All these companies got too soft on each other. They're all chasing the dollar bill, and they try to squeeze the money out of us. But and they probably go back and they laugh like, look what we did, ha 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 ha. Look what we made those gamers do, ha ha ha. Look, they pre-ordered it. I wouldn't have pre-ordered it. We got them. It's just, man, I love when they just want to beat the shit out of each other. Sega does when Nintendo don't. Nintendo, doing all that crazy Sega shit. We need that Sega fire. That's what we need. We need somebody like a Sega to come in and just roast the shit out of all of them. I was hoping it would have been the Steam Machine. But Gabe Newell, he's on another yacht, that soft bitch. These fucking yachts these guys have, I'm telling you, makes them soft. Gabe Newell, that fat bastard over there. He thought maybe the Steam Machine was going to roast their ass. Maybe. But, nope. Gabe Newell said, here you go, $1,500 for this horse shit.
You're my #1 customer.
Thanks, Gabe. Thanks. Maybe we could have somebody to light a fire under all their asses. Nope. Gabe New was like, let me join the fray. I got a yacht too. Exactly. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. I thought a person coming there like us, coming in and just start like cooking. They go, oh shit, we got to watch out for them. Amazon didn't do it. Google didn't do it. Everybody went soft. Everybody went soft. And now everybody just kind of like, oh, well, let's squeeze more money out of everybody. It's just crazy. Glassdoor at the 5, he goes, 2028 is a long ways away. Everyone will follow them like Xbox, and everyone will cream when Sony shows games. Hey, man. That's the thing, man. They keep showing quality games that will erase that thing. And that's a good point, Glassdoor Gaming. Like, the other thing, too, is like I was saying with competition and Microsoft announcing, like, hey, we're going to do physical. The thing is, it's not like Xbox is not going to do the same thing. They've been going off of physical for a long time, even before Sony. So, like, it's not like that will happen. But if there was a case where Xbox had that leverage in doing that, I don't think Sony would be as liberal with their wording there. But you're right. Once Xbox goes, and I think that's the thing. If Sony doesn't reconsider, and if Sony just says, we're doing this, follow number 2, right? We're just going to do this. And then Xbox is like, yeah, Helix is digital. You know, it's a PC digital. Then that's it. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. But, you know, if you remember, when Xbox announced this thing, everybody's like, Sony's doing the same thing too. Back in 2012. Oh, Sony's doing the same thing too. Sony's doing the same thing too. And then Sony said, no, we're not. You know, Xbox can see. I don't know. It depends on how much Asha wants. You know, Asha's big on the branding. She may just do some wild shit like that. Say, yo, Gaming Gandalf, get in there. Gaming Gandalf, can we put a disk drive in Project Helix? And he goes, she's like, can we do it? Can we put a disk drive and go back to Sony? Can we do it? And he goes,
Xbox Gandalf says, thou shalt not.
I think we can do one. He looks at her like that. He goes, I think we could put a disk drive in Project Helix. Go tweet it out. Who knows? Octagon Oslo with the 10. He goes, I'm 95% digital, but I understand most of the pushback, even if I don't agree with some of it. But I don't agree with people who buy all physical wanting PX6 to have a hard drive. You bought PS5 games, by the way. Yeah. And I agree. Like, I'm percent digital, and I understand why people are mad. And that's why I said, like, you know, it sucks for that and for that stuff. So, you know, I agree. And also what happens with your PS5 library on the PS6, if it is. That's what I mean. It's only half the story. Glassdoor Game with the 5, he goes, Nishino only mentioned Tokon in live service. He knows their other games suck. Exactly. I think Sony's on their Japanese ruthless hardware engineer era. I hope so, Glassdoor, because Herman been soft. Spick and Span with the 5, he goes, they stop fighting each other, but stop fighting us, the consumer. If buying games isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing. We want our discs. Yeah, see? Spick and Span talking. That's, yeah. They start fighting us. You're right. Trying to change our bullshit instead of fighting each other. You're right. Well, I'm ending this poll here. Let's see what the Grindhouse is at. Ending the poll here as we close the digital physical future. And wow, look at this. How do you buy games? 143 votes from the Grinders. 64% do digital and 36% say physical. So yeah, while digital is the majority, the physical is still there. That's still an audience that you're upsetting PlayStation. So that's where, I mean, you need to convince and talk about the benefits of why you're choosing digital. Not just because, like, hey, 80% does it. Fuck the 20%. Who cares about them? Because those are the customers you're going to lose when it comes to the next gen. And do you want to go in there losing 20% of your install base? It's still a good audience. Exactly. That's right, man, Mr. Tennis. That's what I mean. It's not like 90-10, 95. No. They're still, and even when they looked at their breakdowns, it was like that, actually, like 70-30. 80-20. Like, it's still a significant amount of an audience. So, like, are you willing to sacrifice that audience going into the next generation? Because that audience will go somewhere else just out of being pissed off or not knowing what happens to their library. So, and I'm not condoning any piracy and stuff like that. No bullshit there. But the thing is like, people are going to find a way to do what they want to do if you're not satisfying them. Hey, Monte White, high five to you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate the charms and the high five. D Nice says that, man, that ratio is bullshit. Oh, hey, man, Grindhouse voted. Those are the numbers. Those are the numbers right there. I said the rules, but there it is. But even when you look at the big picture, it's still an audience there. So, and that's what I mean. It is not like the end of, like, it's there's still people there. So let's move on. That's right. Elvin says, tired of this shit. He wants to hear some Xbox Bloodbath. Oh, shit. Elvin said he wants Xbox Bloodbath. That's what he wants. He said, that's what I came for. I came for the meat and potatoes. So we're going to get to the meat and potatoes. So, yes. Asha has sent out an important email. Elvin says Sony won't win this. So so Elvin, do you think they're reconsidering? I'll ask you right before we do that. Like, do you think they're reconsidering, or you think they're just going on? No. It could be. I'm telling you, go to your retailers right now and go look at the physical section. It's sad as hell. It's sad as hell. I don't even think they have representatives going there to even make it look nice anymore. It's sad. It's sad. And the choice being taken away is bullshit. And I think that's where I stand with the choice. Because you got to respect that, it is a choice. But again, maybe you need another few more years. Maybe 28 is too soon. Maybe 2030 is more like it. I don't know. But remember, we all thought we were going to be doing $80 games. And that didn't kick off too much either, right? So. But hey, let's see. You want to talk about an end of days? Dad of War sent me a trophy. Hey, give me that trophy. I'm gonna win for 1,000 jewels. Give me those jewels.
I can go directly to Black Nuts.
He sent me some nuts.
Right now. Breakfast to go. You're gonna love my nuts. Watch
this. 1,000
everything.
jewels. Thank you so much, Dad of War. Shout out to you, man. Now, let's talk about the bloodbath. Asha, as predicted, man, you couldn't predict this better than the weather. Exactly. Elvin says, wait and see. Exactly, Elvin. That's what I said. But I had to speak my piece. And again, I appreciate all gamers, and I do not want to say physical is, we know physical has been on its way out, but you got to respect that there's still people that want it, and it's still an audience there, and the full story needs to be there, and I agree, Elvin. They don't know what they're doing. I think we really need to see what the full story is. And that's why I thought the whole point of PlayStation putting it out there was silly. Without the full story. If they're not ready to talk. But somebody who is ready to talk and talks too much is our good friends over at Xbox.
How about those exclusives?
Like zoinks.
Yeah. This is the email that Asha sent out today to Xbox. The bloodbath has begun. We are beginning the most significant restructuring. I'm going to read this because this is history in the making right here. Because this is the culmination. And I'll get into here. You think Herman being a bitch ass was roasting. Wait till you hear about this. Because Sony got me all warmed up. Xbox is going to bring the fire right now because I'm going to roast the living shit out of them for the disgrace that they are as a company. Microsoft as a company. Talking about soft. They got soft in their name. Bitch asses over there. But anyway, let's get over here what Asha was brought in to do. Beginning the significant restructure in Xbox history. After careful consideration, I made a decision to reduce our team by 3,200 people throughout the rest of this year. Right now, they're eliminating 1,600 roles. See, people are mistaken. They're like, oh, 3,200 across Microsoft. Dude, Asha said she is getting rid of 3,200 people throughout fiscal year 2027. That means that this firing and layoffs will continue throughout the year. Today, she's doing half of that. So 1,600 are coming. So Tim Dog, get your glazed head out of your ass and don't say this is across Microsoft, because this is Asha talking to Xbox. It's 3,200 Xbox people. All right? And to give you a visual before I move on with her email of doom, because all these people saying, oh my God, I might lose my goddamn voice today when I start talking about these clowns saying it's not that bad. Listen, they think they want to move on from it. They're not going to move on. Listen, 3,200 people. This person, Asha, sat there. Where's my tweet? Where is it? There she is. This room is half gone today. She sat there, stood on that stage with those people, and she said, "We are Xbox. We are Xbox," she said. She sat there, stood there. She stood in front of these people right here and said, "We are Xbox. We need the Back to the Future photo. Watch the faded away of how many of these people are gone behind her." Meanwhile, that bitch ass booty stands there, stinking up the place, smelling like shit and beans. She stood in front of all these people and said, this was her "We are Xbox." Aaron Greenberg promoting killing with his friggin' apron. Still there, probably. He said, "We are Xbox." Oh, man. No, that's not good, Nick. So she goes, in addition to the 16 roles I'm eliminating today, 4 studios are leaving Xbox to new management. So that is not counting. So just to put it in perspective, today's Bloodbath, 3,200 Xbox employees are going. 1,600 of them are going today. And we're seeing them. And I'll go through some of them. In addition to the 3,200, 4 studios and IP are leaving Xbox. She says this is a year-long restructuring. They're restructuring for a year. Like I said, PlayStation, they give it a year. You're going to let them restructure? I would be cooking. I mean, I'll be putting sales out. Anyway, you're going to let them crawl back. Unfortunately, it's not possible to make all the changes in a single day. Dude, she would want to do all this in a single day. But she wanted to tell them to scale. So overall, it's 3,200 employees. And like Josh says, 1,600, 400, and 600 are of those studios. 4 studios leaving. I know it's painful. These changes affect people who have poor their creativity. Yeah, all that bullshit. Our business today is not healthy. She keeps saying that. We're operating at margins that are 3 to 10 times lower than comparable platforms and publishing businesses. We enter Gen 9 with a smaller install base and a higher cost structure. To grow, we bet on Game Pass and multi-platform and the broader portfolio of content. So there you go. That's the end of it. She says to grow, they bet on Game Pass, they bet on multi-platform, and they bet on a broader portfolio of content. So those are the things that are gone. Gone. While those businesses have created meaningful value, they did not grow the pace we expected. As that happened, our core business weakened and we added more teams, more investment, and more time hoping for a better outcome. And now the industry is facing the most severe hardware crisis in history. We must reset Xbox. So now she gives 3 things. So she basically roasted Phil Spencer and the previous regime.
I mean, I don't know. Like
all the things that we've said. Game Pass was a bet that never worked out, and they went too far, too fast. The whole portfolio of content. That's the big thing, too. A lot of the stuff that's gone is the stuff that was like the unique stuff that Xbox would do, the quirky stuff, the things that kind of fleshed out instead of being the Halo, Gears, and Forza studio. That sucks. That sucks, man. Drep says, is it a reset or a winding down? Well, I think she's taking a last-ditch effort at it. And what it sounds like here is that, well, let's get to her points, and then we'll interpret what she's saying. And we'll find out. Since 2018, we've expanded our still. Yeah, so 2018 is when they bought all those studios. Now we find ourselves competing not only with the largest publishers, but also the small independent studios. It's neither possible or desirable to own every great independent studio. We have also learned that we're not the best home for every type of studio. In a typical year, we lost 64 cents for every dollar we invested in. As we reset Xbox, will help independent creators succeed by providing open development tools and audiences to realize their vision. And like I said before, the problem is that they wanted to be the big publisher, but they also wanted to be the small indie place. They wanted to be everything. And they wanted to be everywhere, but they wanted their core audience. They wanted to be, you don't need an Xbox, but then they wanted to sell an Xbox. This is the problem that Xbox had. They had no identity, and they wanted to try to do everything. And they took risks and random bullshit to try to get them where they wanted to go. And they lost money at every which way. And they kept investing without seeing what they got. Like I said, they were at a buffet. They took all the food and was like, manja, manja, manja. And then they went back to sit down and go, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm not hungry. They took the ribs, the mac and cheese, the sushi, the lobster tails. They took the filet mignons. They took all the chicken legs and this, and they all put it on a plate, and they just brought it back to their table and go, we're not hungry. And they just bought everything, and then they didn't know what to do with it. They didn't let it curate. They didn't give it direction. The indie studios, I think they realized, and even the studios need nurturing. Like I said, great power comes great responsibility in the sense that they owned all this stuff. They had a responsibility to nurture those, not just throw money at them and say, do whatever you want, because that's what it sounds like they did. They just gave, and Jason Schreier, I get his article, his video, where he's like, yeah, they just said, here's your money. We'll pay for the electricity, and you just do you. Matt Booty brings coffee, doesn't even tell you what to try to do, not give you help insight, help you organize anything. That's it. Another thing to add to this whole friggin' thing is that this is the culmination of multiple years of failure. We had Hi-Fi Rush Studio with Tango Gameworks shut down and sold off. They completely gutted and shut down the Perfect Dark, the Initiative. And these are all examples of what Asha is talking about. They do not know what to do with their studios. They do not know what to do with IP. They don't know how to make games. They're not the place for Ninja Theory and Undead Labs. They're not. So what they say here, Compulsion and Double Fine are returning management, and they bought back their IPs, and they are actually going to be independent again. Whether they survive, I don't know. Ghost in God's game, Jez, these guys, for every $1 spent, they make 30 cents. I know. They were operating at a loss, Ghost. They were operating at a loss. And know what's crazy? Is we go, it's not profitable. It's not working. And they will say, no, Phil says it's fine. Business is profitable. It's a profitable business. It's fine. And they'll be like, see, Phil says it's fine. I'm like, it can't be fine. But Phil says it's okay. He sent me from free shit. Yeah, what happened to Killer Instinct? It died with every other IP. Ninja Theory Undead Labs have entered in terms to join new ownership to complete Senua and State of Decay 3. And the only one that's up in the air right now in France is Arcane's management, which they're working. The Blade is over budget, and it's sitting there, and they don't know what's going on with Arcane, and they are reviewing a strategic option. So, Double Fine going back to being indie. Well, good luck to them. Compulsion, they let them keep their IP. So maybe they do South of Midnight too, and they get one shot at it. Double Fine, I don't know what they could do. I thought I read, and I got to go double check. I think Xbox kept Psychonauts. So Double Fine, if I was Double Fine, I would say get Jack Black and make a sequel to what was that game again? Bad Out of Hell, not Bad Out of Hell. What was that game with Jack Black? I think that's what they need. I think Double Fine needs to go back to that. Jack Black is huge with Minecraft and stuff like that. You put Jack Black back in a game. He's been in all these game movies. You put Jack Black back in that game, and you do the what the hell game was that? That's what Double Fine should do. Yo, what's up, Sick? How you doing, man? But yeah, that's what I think Double Fine needs to do right now. Brutal Legend 2. There you go. Thank you. Brutal Legend. That's what I would do right now. Double Fine, save your ass. You're welcome. Now, the other two. Oh, it's not owned by Double Fine? I thought it was. So who owns Double? Well, let's look that up. Who owns Brutal Legend? Maybe it's some freaking defunct studio here. No, Brutal Legend is independently owned and developed by Double Fine Productions. Oh, the distribution and publishing rights for the game are historically held by EA, who published it in 2009. So maybe EA owns the IP. Who owns the IP? The IP is owned by Double Fine, which regained complete rights and independence following the split of the Xbox Game Studios. So they own ownership of all their IP. Do they still own the Psychonauts? Let me see. Yes. So they own Psychonauts and Double. Yeah, so they kept their IP. And that's another thing. So that was something else that was big here that I was saying the good news of this whole thing. At least these studios were not left to go die and Microsoft held the IP. But that's something to keep in mind. This is wild, right? From a perspective, Senua, State of Decay 3, Double Fine IP of Psychonauts, Brutal Legend, whatever they are, Compulsion Games with South of Midnight that won awards. The fact that Microsoft didn't want it. So remember, when they shut down Lionhead, they kept Fable, right? Because they wanted to do something with it. Same thing when they shut down, they didn't want Perfect Dark being done by anybody else back then. They kept the IP. They are saying, take this IP with you because Asha does not find value in any of these games. Any of these studios, any of these games, she does not. There's no value to Xbox here because I'm telling you right now, it's going to come down when I show you the next steps. Asha is turning Xbox into Activision Studios. Activision, Minecraft, and Halo. And Halo is probably on a slippery slope. Because I bet you what happened was that Asha looked at Activision and saw how profitable Activision is with Blizzard King and with Call of Duty. And they said, oh my God, we need to just be Activision because that's what we want to be. They're solely software. That's it. And then we'll get Minecraft. That's huge. And we just want to focus on the 3 or 4 tentpole service, big-ass games that make it. And that's what she's doing. All the other stuff for gaming is irrelevant. She don't care about State of Decay franchises. There's no value in Senua. There's no value in State of Decay. The same thing as Hi-Fi Rush. Phil Spencer said, yep, we don't want it. We don't want Tango Gameworks. We don't want their IP. We don't want a sequel. We don't need this shit. So she is now eradicating all this IP, getting rid of it all because she does not find value in it. She didn't say, hey, let's keep Senua and do something with Senua with somebody else. No, she's like, keep it, take it. People think that's good. Like, oh, look, Asha's so nice. She let them keep their IP. Dude, she don't care. She don't want it. And maybe that's a good thing for the studios. But Microsoft finds no value in it. Senua's not a moneymaker. State of Decay is not a moneymaker. That's why they're gone. Double Fine wasn't making the money. Compulsion Games wasn't making the money. South of Midnight was not a moneymaker. Blade is too much money. It's all about the money. If your game doesn't make money, then you're not valuable to Asha because she is trying to turn a profit with this gaming division. That's why she's letting go 3,200 people, getting rid of the studios, getting rid of the IP because she doesn't want it. It's wasted money. It's not, we don't need to feed people that are not making me money. And that's how Asha's running this business. I'm going to bring the games, Mojang, Activision. I love that shit. Those are the ones that are bringing the money. Fallout with the TV show, those are bringing in money. So therefore, send them out. We don't need this stuff. Now, we don't know who bought Senua. We don't know who bought State of Decay 3. We don't know who they're partnering with, who's publishing them, or who bought the ownership. We don't know. I would think it pretty... Listen, you want to hear something crazy? I'm wondering she did this. Hear this. You want to hear a storyboard? Imagine this. Ready?
How about those exclusives?
At that show, they showed State of Decay 3 and Senua purposefully to get a buyer. She knew that those games were not coming out. And one of the things that came out there was that the studio, the people who bought State of Decay, the people who are funding Senua, they're not obligated and probably won't put that in Game Pass because they want to make their money back from their investment. So them whole saying like Senua and State of Decay will be in Game Pass is a blatant bullshit lie. And they knew it. They knew it. What is it?
Yes. State of Decay 3 will be available in 2027 on Xbox Series X and S as well as PC. It'll be available day one on Game Pass Ultimate and supports Xbox Play Anywhere. I cannot wait to play. And that's it for today's Xbox podcast. We'll see you in the next one.
The deal calls for continued funding and eventual release of State of Decay 3, but will not obligate to any Game Pass controlling terms such as having to be on Game Pass. So, both of these games, whoever is owning them now is not obligated to lose their money in Game Pass unless Asha going to pay him off. So, I think this is the beginning of the end for Game Pass. I think by next year, Game Pass is completely restructured. It's completely gutted. It's going to be a supplemental service. Or you're going to pay through the nose to get anything in day one there. Because she is in the business of making money. And Game Pass, Wall Street Journal confirmed today, 30 million. The last number they announced was 34 million 3 years ago. They lost 4 million people. And 30 million in over 10 years? Yo, that's pathetic. That is pathetic. That's been around since 2017 Game Pass, 2018, 2017, 18. We have about almost 10 years of Game Pass and that 30 million. That's through COVID, too. Pack attack on the next show. And you got to think, is Halo, there was a rumor also about is Halo going to be under Activision? Is Activision going to run Halo Studios? Xbox Studios is gone. I think by the end of next year, it's just going to be Activision and Bethesda. I think Xbox Studios, they basically got rid of all of Xbox Studios. All they have is Turn 10, Halo Studios, and Turn 10, Halo Studios, and Gears. Right? All those studios that everybody was loving, they got rid of their whole fucking Xbox Studios. The Xbox
You're
Studios
my number one customer.
That was all the people they bought in 2018 and 2019. They got rid of them all. Turn 10 is the only one that, Playground was the only one they got. It's all going to be Activision and Bethesda, the ZeniMax, which they got huge cuts too. Obsidian was gutted. They took tons of people, I'm saying, but we'll get to that. But the thing is that this
You're my number
basically-
one customer.
FanFest guy. I saw that. Glasnow gave it the 2. He goes, the FanFest guy. I saw that too. Yeah, Turn 10 is not on the list, Trep. That's interesting. Yeah, Turn 10 is there, Playground. So Turn 10, Playground. But remember, this is only 1,600. There's another 1,600 coming later in the year. So we don't know what other studios they may be trying to shop around or getting ready to close up shop. Remember, she said 3,200 people, 1,600 today. There's another 1,600 coming. So Turn 10 may show up on that list later on this year. Because they haven't done anything. Unless they're going to try Forza one more time. Right? What'd she say? What did she say, Granddad?
How about those exclusives?
Glassdoor says they hired the FanFest guy 3 months and fired him. Xbox is a comedy of errors. Xbox fans are desperate trying to deflect Sony. They are. They are totally desperate. And it's them saying that this is not that bad. Nelson Gaiman, member of 45 months, yelling from the balcony. He goes, Call of Duty, Forza, Elder Scrolls, Minecraft, Warcraft. That is everybody else's disposable. That's it. She is looking at what the money makers are, and that is it. That is it, dude. And that's what she goes into here. And this, what I think, speaking about, they're making reductions across all other units. That is across Activision, Bethesda, ZeniMax, Blizzard, King, Mojang, and Xbox Game Studios. None of our first-party public, and there's another key. Nobody catching on this either. Oh, it's not that bad. Not that bad. None of our, look at the word she's using. None of the first-party publicly announced games or projects have been canceled, are being canceled as part of these reductions. First-party publicly announced. Hello? There's a shit ton of games that she's canceling that you don't know about, and we will find out probably later on. What games and partnerships, the third-party pull-out game that she's been doing, all the other shit, Game Pass deals, all this shit, indie games all these games that they've been working on. I bet you ZeniMax was working on a bunch of games, Activision, maybe it was Prototype. Who the hell knows? We will find out. If they weren't announced, so they are canceled. Only games that they announced are not canceled. Well, a shit ton of those games, 2 of those games that they announced at their show were not even going to be released if they didn't find a buyer. And they put those games on the show to purposefully look for a buyer and showed it to a FanFest audience and to us to believe that that was part of their lineup and said they were in Game Pass. And it was all fake shit. It was all to try to get somebody to buy that studio. It's friggin' wild, man. It is so deceitful. And this is a big thing, too. Mojang and King. Remember when I talked about when she did that interview? She loved the self-Activision and King. She loved it. In addition, Mojang and King will now report directly to me. These 2 studios have increasingly become platforms and are our largest by monthly active players. They bring critical geographic, demographic, and differentiation to Xbox. Dude, Booty is out. She's already taken shit away from Booty. The 2 most important studios that she finds valuable, she's saying skip that shit ass Matt Booty Cheeks. Matt Booty ass puckered up real tight. They got the COO, CFO, whatever the hell that guy is, running Activision or ZeniMax, whatever the hell he's running. Matt Booty about to be on the streets. I'm telling you right now, I think Booty out. I think Booty's out next week. I think she's keeping Booty around just for that stank ass coffee. But Booty's done. I think this is the end because all the studios that Booty managed. Remember, Activision and King, Activision and Blizzard or ZeniMax, they put that other guy in charge of it, Tim Stewart or whatever. He was in charge of Activision. And then ZeniMax, Booty, he's done. They just took away old Booty Studio. If I was Matt Booty Cheeks, I'll be like this. Shit when I walk. I'll be shitting when I walk right now. And then the two most important studios, she says, "No, you're coming to me. You're not going to Matt Booty because I got to make sure that I see everything that you're doing so that we keep that monthly active players going. I'm not letting Booty touch you with that shit finger." Yeah, Booty out. They just took 4 studios away from Matt Booty. These 4 studios. He was running all. Remember Matt Booty with shit finger going to Double Fine, going, "I got what you got"? Yeah, well, not anymore. Now, they have layers of 14 management. Our platform is 40. Yeah, they had too many layers of management. So she wants to go from 14 layers of management down to at least 5 to 3. Because they're too thick. And again, why? They are slimlining their console business. They're not in the business of making tons of friggin' unique hardware. They're going to make a reference device, and they're going to make the OEMs do it. So they are slowly, this 14 layers of management, a lot of those decisions were probably like the hardware team, the RAM, all the building, all the Xbox teams, Xbox Live Services and shit. They're narrowing all that down, but they're slimlining that whole group because they're not doing that business anymore. They're not in this whole, like, we're making this incredible next generation the device to sell millions upon millions. No, they're making a reference device in a boutique shop so that HP then can make a copy of it. That's what they're doing. They're gonna play it. They're gonna fire Matt Booty. Dude, Matt Booty, he's gone. I'm telling you, he's done. The fact that she's making those studios skip him and go to her is an indication of she knows that guy's shit management. And you're telling me she roasted all these studios, all these people. They're not profitable. Matt Booty oversaw all those studios and their production and the lack of direction, lack of sales, lack of productivity with delays. You don't think that she's just taking Matt Booty for a shit ride? She's riding that ass. And Matt Booty knows it. I think Matt Booty knows after today, he knows that he may be like the final of the 3,200. He's number 3,200. He's done. He's cooked. And if you look at what she's doing, she's promoting all the people that make money, all the people that know how to make money, the people that don't care about gaming. She's surrounding herself with all of them. And Matt Booty's from the old regime. He's like the last man standing. He's the next one out of there. He's going to be number 3,200. For the first time, we're establishing they never had a chief operating officer with end-to-end P&L responsibility across content, hardware, and platform. So they're taking the lady Helen Chiang is promoted to that role and will report to me. 2 decades at Xbox, she's helped build some of the most important businesses, from live to leading Mojang. See? So she's taking people. Mojang is been doing great for them. So Mojang has been doing a great business for them. Activision be cooking. She's surrounding herself with the things that are making money. And she's promoting the people that headed those things that made the money. So this Helen person was like, yo, you've been cooking with Mojang. Whatever you're doing, I want you to oversee our entire operating officer and know across content, hardware, and platform if we're making money. I'm telling you, man, this is basically ruling. This is a dictatorship. That's what this has turned into. This is Asha is ruling the world to make money. That is it. You can forget about having fun, making games, dressing people up. The party is over. It's all coming down. This is about making money, and it is a serious business. And she is taking the dry-ass games that just linger on there and then basically make money. And she don't care if it doesn't tell a story. She don't care if it innovates. She don't care. All she cares is that this makes money. That's why she's taken this person and saying, for the first time, we're going to have a chief operating officer with the full visual across all of it. Hardware, platforms, services, and content. All the 3 things that they've been down in. And she kicked out some guy named Dave McCarthy. He's gone. And this is a bigger future for Xbox, not a small one. So she's trying to allude to like, oh, we're not downsizing and winding it down, but we're about a bigger future. Whatever, PR speak. You're cutting out tons of this stuff. You're getting rid of everything. You're basically just keeping the skeleton. That's what she's doing. The skeleton that makes money. And they want to reach 1 billion people each day. But see, Xbox, a company that entertains. Yeah, see? That whole thing is entertaining. History is full of companies that make mistake longevity for inevitability. We will not be one of them. Yeah, so she's just trying to. Yeah, believe me, she's heartless and she's ready to roast. Because then when you look at like what she wrote, and then here you go. This is the person who's the new Xbox COO. Obsidian losing 25% of the studio due to layoffs. And they're saying it's not so bad. We'll get to them. 25% of the studios. 25% of the studio there. And this is a total pivot, she says. Simply spreading ourselves too thin, she said. A pivot in how Microsoft invests in gaming. Here's the dude they laid off. The FanFest guy, 3 months after bringing him back, he's gone. We don't need the FanFest. I thought they were doing FanFest again. I guess they're not doing it anymore. Undead Labs announced via Discord there's a new chapter we're transitioning out of Xbox, and we can't share the details yet. So that's them. And then Senua, they haven't said anything yet. According to Guts, Obsidian is undergoing a major restructuring, and it's one of the most affected studios. The last plan I heard is that the studio will focus on the grounded team. So there you go. They still have an Exile. An Exile's still there because they're making Clockwork Revolution. Now, if Clockwork Revolution doesn't sell, maybe an Exile's on the cutting block next year. That's the thing. If I was and this is what I been saying before. If you are making games for Xbox under Asha, you got to be walking on eggshells because the game that you're working on, if an Exile's game that they're making exclusive, how about those exclusives, right?
How about those exclusives?
Clockwork De-Evolution, because it's been getting worse every year. It looks worse every year. If that game does not make her money, they are not going to greenlight another game from an Exile. They will be gone. Because they are not in the business of like, oh, let's give you a second chance. You are gone. And if I'm telling you right now, Hellblade, which actually was the only one of the games that they had, that they purchased from these studios, that actually had some sort of leverage, that actually had some sort of awareness. Hellblade didn't do shit for them. A new IP that's going exclusive, that's looking worse throughout the years. I don't know what's going to look like next year. They're not going to greenlight, and Exile will be done. Yo, what's up, Mark? How you doing, man? Hope you had a good 4th of July. Hope all is well, man. Shout out to Merc 305. One of the OG grinders, man. Back from, what was that? Oh, man, what was that freaking podcast? It was the, what was our podcast called, Mark? I forgot. It was so years ago. What was it? It was, the OPP? Was it? I thought it was keep calling it OPP. How about those X Studios? That's right, Denton. I know. But yeah, like it has been crazy about what the hell they're gonna do, man. Like they like if you were those other studios, look at all their games. Avowed, Grounded, Outer World, Ultra Preset Podcast. There it was. That was it, man. That was before the Grindhouse. We did UPP. Outer Worlds 2. She said that most of them are going to be working on the Grounded team because of Grounded too. And the thing is that when you look at what her vision is, For me as a gamer, that's not exciting. It doesn't sound like they're going to take risks. It doesn't sound like they're going to make anything new or refreshing. It sounds like they're just going to just fund what works and makes them money and just do it until they don't make money anymore, and then goodbye. That's her running the business. Dry as hell. This is not exciting. This is not good at all. This is basically her just saying, Call of Duty makes money, Minecraft makes money, Candy Crush makes money. Those are what I'm going to keep investing in. Those games. OPP is something different. I know. But that is what they're going to do. And it just sounds like a typical Asha running a Terminator, basically a robot, an AI robot running the business. And she don't care. She will keep pumping out Call of Duties until we're Call of Dutied out and Call of Duty not making money. Thank you, Steve Jobs, for warning us. That's exactly what they turned. They're not creative. They're not going to take risks. That's why she surrounded herself with AI people. It is like if you took an AI bot and just said, make money. This is what she's doing. Gears, I don't even know. I'm going to tell you right now, if Gears does not make them tons of money and sell and make their percentages better and Gears doesn't do it, who knows? You think they're going to spend another 5 years funding Gears to Gears 7? She's not in that business. Even the rumor about putting them under Halo, or Halo under Activision. Because Booty can't run it. They can't run it. They'd rather have somebody else running them. Here's Bethesda Union. In what has become a stressful annual routine, Microsoft has decided to lay off thousands, including many of us at Bethesda Game Studios, with over 10,000 developers already cut from previous rounds. Remember, they've been doing this last year and the year before. They've been laying off people left and right. This is not like, oh, they've been holding on to these studios since 2018, and now the rubber has hit the road, and now they're like, okay, let's go. It didn't work out. They've been shutting down studios, canceling IP, firing people for the last 3 years straight. And there you go. Now this is just another 3,200 of Xbox and studios. With over 10,000 developers already cut, those are the top deemed that insufficient, fixing their mistakes. Today, we say goodbye to many of our friends and colleagues, and hundreds more across Xbox, including folks that worked with Bethesda for decades. Because of one of our big unions, we have the right to negotiate over impacts of these layoffs. The Dishonored co-creator just asked Xbox CEO how much to buy Arcane. Who knows? According to Jason Schreier, id Software has been hit by layoffs as well. That's why I said these guys saying it's not too bad. Dude, it is tons of your creators and games that may never. Remember, she said, of the games that we announced are not canceled yet. Think about all these people that were working on games that I don't even know what games is Microsoft going to offer people. Call of Duty, Candy Crush, and Fable? What? You could count the game that I need an update of the Xbox roadmap. Because right now it's off roadmap. I don't even know what other games they had all these games, all this IP. She's not making shit. She's not making anything. While Wolf says this is just the beginning. She's not making. They're not gonna. Oh, let's go back and make some Conker. They're not making shit. She's not gonna take any risks. She says that in the beginning, like, you know, we're not the place for like IP and indie stuff. She knows that. Jeff Garner has claimed that id Software has lost 95 employees. Studios and Bethesda organization like id ZeniMax Online are not shutting down, but are cutting significant numbers of staff this morning. This news comes right after the news about Bethesda refocusing and prioritizing key franchises, including Doom. See? She's doing exactly what Activision did. Hit that like button, grinders. Subscribe if you're new. This is roasting season. She is doing exactly what Activision did. What did Activision do? Remember how many games Activision used to make back in the day? They used to make Spider-Man. They made the Prototype. They made the Crash games. They made all these different games. And then what happened? Call of Duty started making money, and what did they do? Hey, Raven, you work on that. Beanox, you work on Call of Duty. Treyarch, your Call of Duty. It used to be just Infinity Ward. Then they said, no, you're making Black Ops. You're the Sledgehammer. You're making Call of Duty. And the whole, you go play Call of Duty, every single one of the Activision studios is doing Call of Duty. They didn't make anything else. They just made Call of Duty once a year and nothing else. That's what Activision used to make tons of games. But until they hit that Call of Duty success, they turned into Call of Duty Studios. And they made every single one of those studios do Call of Duty. That's exactly what Asha is doing to these studios right now. She's saying, what is your franchise? Doom? I want everybody doing Doom. That's where we're investing our money. Call of Duty? I want everybody in Activision on Call of Duty. How about we bring back Prototype? No. That's not going to make us money. I want Call of Duty. What do? Minecraft. That's it. Minecraft, that's it. That's it. That's our Gaming Grindhouse Bad Fur Day. Exactly. This is what it is. She is basically making them the one-trick studios of one game that you make money with is the game you all work on. That is it. There's no IP that we're digging up. And this is why Microsoft owning all this IP was a waste of goddamn time. They never were going to do shit with it. And now that they all have it, she's not going to take any risk because she's not in the business of taking risks anymore. She is working on the certain things, the quick wins to make money back, and that is the games that's shown success. id Software had about 200 employees. They just lost 95 of them. The total hasn't been out. Deepest condolences there. So where we go. 35 Bethesda game studios. Here we go. Jeff Gardner. I don't have this confirmed, but I heard 35 people at Bethesda just lost their jobs to layoffs. I just heard 95 at id. Obsidian was hit by Xbox layoffs. Today, I joined the impact of layoffs after 21 years of Obsidian. While this wasn't the outcome I hoped for, I can feel incredibly grateful. This is horrible. Howdy, I'm actually looking as a level designer. I've been laid off for Xbox Game Studios. I've been working for the last 4 years. I helped ship Avowed and was working on an unannounced project. See? Before I was working at Avalanche Software on Hogwarts Legacy. See? Unannounced projects. I want to know how many games got canceled because of this. Because right now we don't know. We just know that all these 3,200 people are going to get laid off. But we don't know the games they were working on. Remember the words that she said. Of the games that we've shown, none of those getting canceled from our first party. But all these other games they've been working on are all getting gutted. So I don't know what their roadmap looks like. Computer graphics, been working on Obsidian, Armchair Meta. Yep, all. And what was the other thing? And then here we have Jason Schreier. Where is he? Because he kind of sums it all up right here. Where is he? I thought I had his article. Yeah. There he is.
Herman writes in this memo, quote, as Xbox grew our headcount, we became more fragmented. Teams, studios, and functions often operate independently, and it became harder to work towards a shared goal, make the right trade-offs, and get things done. Essentially, what happened under Phil Spencer is that the studios that were purchased, a lot of them became what was known as limited integration studios. In other words, they were given a lot of autonomy to make their own decisions, decide what projects they wanted to make. They still had to go through a greenlighting process with the rest of Xbox, but they got a lot of power to just kind of run their businesses in the way they saw fit. They didn't want to change their cultures. You buy a company like Double Fine, you buy it because you want what Double Fine does, not because you want to integrate Double Fine into some Xbox Borg and change its culture and whatnot. It looks like that is going to change. And part of what Asha Sharma is aiming for here is more centralization, less independent, less autonomy among studios, more kind of central businesses, more quote unquote accountability, more decisions that do have to go through the overall chain and ultimately lead up to Asha Sharma and her leadership team. And I suspect that that will lead to some a very different sort of Xbox. It remains to be seen, and we'll see in the coming months and years what that ultimately means for their ability to release hit games and make an organization that people want to work for. But that's what the new strategy is.
And also, you got to think too about working for them. What developer is going to even want to work for Asha? Like, how's her recruiting department? Who's going to want to work on the next big game for Xbox? Hell no. Remember how welcoming they were when they bought all those studios. They were showing them out, Rare Honey and all that other shit. Oh, the farm. I wonder if the farm is still there and the rare honeybees. Where the rare honey? The beekeepers. I wonder if Asha found out. I already told Asha about the beekeepers. I think that's what's going to happen. I think we have to make that the next goal that I tweeted Asha saying, Asha, the beekeepers at Rare still working. We got to get those beekeepers. But they try to make it look like, oh, look at break time. And they have all these nice rooms. And we take them out. And they're like showing all the devs. Like, it was like a recruitment video. They're in the hallway. Dude, I can't wait to see, next year's Dev Direct, dude. Oh, man, next year's Dev Direct. I think they're going to be working. You're not going to see them. Cartwheel Collar's gone. The lady and Mary on the scooter. Dude, Dev Direct next year is going to be like, they're going to be like two people in an office just staring at a computer. Like, yeah, they're working on Call of Duty updates. Yeah, we got a Call of Duty roadmap here. We got some people putting on some new blocks in Minecraft here. This is some boring-ass Dev Direct. The Dev Direct, you think they're going to have devs walking in slow motion? Dude, my ass to be walking in slow motion. You're going to see them in break rooms? Shit, Asha went in there. This shit gone, man. Asha went in there like this. She went in there. Asha went in there like this. Yeah, this shit gone right here. Yeah, Dev Direct next year, they're gonna be two people doing Call of Duty updates. I was like, bah. That used to be Herman back in the day. Now that's Asha now. Oh shit. Herman got soft. Asha went in there like this. Yeah, that shit not happening next year. I'll tell you that right now.
It was a disaster, Ryan. It was a train wreck. It was a disaster, Ryan.
Yeah, that shit not happening. Now, we don't know who Ninja Theory got purchased by, but Senua at the June showcase, in similar position, Undead, Microsoft haven't made a deal. Now, these two are interesting to me. We'll talk about these for a second before we get into more of who else got laid off. But, like, we don't know who is publishing them, who if they got purchased, or they're just getting funded for their game. But, one crazy thing. Do you think, let me ask the grinders, do you think Sony is involved with any of these two? The only one I can think is Ninja Theory, because Ninja Theory fits the Sony mold of those type of games. And Hellblade had success with their first system. I'm snitching, Corey. I'm snitching on the beekeepers right now. They're gonna drop them off in front of my house and sting my ass. But I don't know. I don't think Sony is involved in any of these. I think Sony got their own goddamn problems. I don't think Sony bought or acquired any of this stuff or funding any of this stuff to make it exclusive. But I was just putting it out there. Like, do you guys think that Sony is funding any of these? Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. The only one I could think of.
You're my number one customer.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't want them to be purchased by them. But I'm saying the only thing is if Sony is funding them and gonna make like Hellblade Senua exclusive, and maybe that's why Asha was pushing for exclusives. I don't know, because what's crazy is the fact that they showed these games on knowing that these games were not going to be Xbox games. That's what's crazy. The fact that they showed these games and they knew they were not going to be Xbox games because these studios were done. Yeah, see, I agree. See, DoCap says Sony got chilled. I think they got a lot of problems. But I don't think they need to take on any more. They don't need any more mouths to feed over there. Herman got enough with his soft ass on the goddamn yachts. He'll make them soft again. But I got to know where Melina's going. Melina. Where's my Melina going to be? Melina. Melina needs to be saved. A Ninja Theory. We need to find that. We need the rest of the game. Hellblade 2, 27 yawns in. The most yawns I've ever had on a game. I want Senua the rest of Hellblade 2. That's what we need to have. With Melina. And Undead Labs, I'm really surprised. Somebody says Craft Ton. Yo, they'll just be like they'll be like the excommunicated Xbox Studios, Craft Ton. Bracer? Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh. Craft Ton, I can see Craft Ton soaking up these Xbox Studios. They already had to deal with them with Tango Gameworks. I can see Craft Ton grabbing these two. That's actually a good call, Josh. I think Craft Ton is that who will be. They already did it with the other game. Like, yeah, we'll grab them with their IP. Craft Ton, hook cooking. Yeah, I don't think Sony involved in this all. I don't think Sony would be even calling up Asha right now. They got their own problems with Bungie and shit. They're not going to be buying any studios. But I saw people talking about that. Then Microsoft, here they are. Let's see them getting roasted. Microsoft is a company. Here come the businesses. Asha, here are the businesses. Here's Satya answers to.
Breaking a few moments ago, Microsoft announcing 6,400 layoffs, half of which will stem from its Xbox unit. Bloomberg's Jason Schreier covers the gaming industry. So, Jason, how much are these layoffs due to Microsoft's ailing fate in the stock market recently, and how much are they just due to the fact that Xbox hasn't had a hit in forever, and what on earth are those staff doing?
Saying you're my number one customer.
I don't know if saying we must reset Xbox. I don't know if a pun is the best way to announce that you're laying off more than 3,000 employees.
Breaking a few moments ago.
Man, it roasted them. A pun. Resetting Xbox. Like she's put in part of a program of firing people. Resetting Xbox is laying off 3,200 people. It's like, oh. Yeah, I don't think Asha. Yeah, that stock did go down, Josh. It did go. It did go down. I saw it went down later today. Glassdoor says, did you see the post of the year by load of Obsidian employees just posted? Post of the year, James shared it and reposted it. No, I didn't see that one. I think I shared some of those posts, Dad. If that's Amazon, then Matt Bowles set up that sale. If it's Amazon. Oh, shit. You think Amazon might have picked it up? Oh, shit. Glassdoor Gaming. I don't know. I don't know. But, man, we'll find out.
Asha Sharma writes in this memo, quote, as Xbox grew our...
But he's right. Like, they're done taking off the, they're done taking risks. Like, yeah. I saw Glassdoor. There he is. He's like, Microsoft, if Xbox fans don't think it's a big deal. That's what we're going to talk about now. Let me see one of my topics. I don't even know, man. We're just on roasting season because I want to get to that, because I think there's going to be more to develop here. What the hell is this? Not this. I think we're going to find more and more here. Yeah, the Xbox Studio. Yeah, we'll still go. Yeah, we're roasting this thing still. Balls came from there. But yeah, Glassdog go like this. Microsoft cut 4,800 jobs. The Xbox unit downsizes 4 game studios. Wall Street Journal, Microsoft's cutting more than 3,000 jobs in Xbox division. Like, again, Wall Street Journal, who announced in that article that 30 million, we talked about it earlier, Game Pass subscribers. What was that? Wait a second. Wall Street, I got something for Wall Street. Remember Wall Street Journal? Remember this one? Phil Nest. You got Phil Nest. They got the number, right? Wait, where is it? Wait, where is it? Oh, crap. Where's that Wall Street Journal interview?
Let's talk about Game Pass a little bit more, since that's a big bet for Microsoft. How many subscribers do we have now? And it does seem like a really good deal for the consumer, but what about the Microsoft investor? How is this a moneymaker for Microsoft?
Our last public number was 25 million subscribers that we've talked about.
We get an update?
Not right here, but we did talk about growth on PC, so our Game Pass subscription not.
Oh man, Phil Ness, 25 million, and then dude, that was a 20 that was like a 2022. Oh shit, Phil on the beach, unlimited budget. Oh wait, I'm gonna get him, Granddad. 30 million. Phil Spencer got 5 million. Yo, I'm telling you, this is all over the place, dude. Poolside Phil. It is so bad, but they said it's not that bad. They said not that bad. There you go. Pixel Bandit. To them. Xbox fans. Bungie laid off 290 people. Where's the outrage? Xbox lays off 3,200. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. They laid 6,400 people off. 3,200 are from Xbox. And here's Arcane. We don't even know what's going on with them. But this is the bullshit, right? Here comes my Grindhouse rant. Get ready. I put the red up for a reason. For nearly 8 or more years, we have said, you in the chat, me on the show, the guests on the show, Frogs, Sick, Thrash, J-Dub, Thrifty, everybody, Salty, everybody that's been around have been saying this bullshit. Game Pass was not the answer. We never knew the numbers. We didn't know how they were making deals. They bought all these studios and never even got the ink was dry before they made more studios. And these influencers, these people getting the freebies, the 5 floors of catering, the Phil Spencer reach-arounds, all this horse shit, Aaron Greenberg sandwiches, all this shit. They said it's fine. They've awoken the beast. Even Matt Booty was believing this shit, saying that they're going to spend Sony out of business. Unlimited budgets. They were buying studios with unlimited budgets. Oh, they could do whatever they want. Booty give you the finest coffees. Look at them. You have woken the beast that's going to spend the money. Sony can't keep up with Microsoft. Hell, they might even buy Sony. And these idiots were saying buy more. Buy. Acquisition season, these sons of bitches. Following Phil Spencer and what suit he was wearing, what type of underwear he put on for the day. Because they cared about, we spent 2 fucking years watching courtrooms on how they wanted to spend $80 billion to let us please buy them. Bootleg Jez was leaving his country, insulting Lena Khan, telling her to step down. And they kept buying and begged for 2 years to spend $80 billion. And these assholes were telling you it's fine. They said that Microsoft owning Activision was better for gaming. Dusty Ben with his piece of shit cookies telling you it's better for gaming. Paris with his horse shit. Oh, you don't understand. They're saving these studios. This is better for gaming, better for everybody. Putting your games everywhere is the answer. Putting your games everywhere would save gaming. That was the future of gaming, putting your games everywhere. Microsoft did this in 2017, and they are working on 3%. Where's that put your shit everywhere now? And we're talking this.
How about those exclusives?
What the fuck? What are we doing? What out? Exclusives are back in there, putting games everywhere. Buying all these studios was the better for gaming. Oh, yeah, let Microsoft buy them. They'll be better for it. They'll be better for it. Dude, Compulsion Games was 6 years, 8 years making a game. The game came out, didn't do shit, and Microsoft done with them. They chewed them up and spit them out. Game Pass, the future. Cloud gaming was the future. We'd be playing with strap-ons on our phones. All these friggin' idiots that were getting reach-arounds from Phil Spencer and getting free shit handed to them and getting free copies. Game Pass is the best. Oh, thank you, Microsoft, for sending me a free copy to review. You fuckers don't even pay for Game Pass. You don't even buy shit for the console that you love. You get all this free shit because you lick their balls.
I can go directly to Blacknets.
And look at what happened to them. Look. And you got the gall. You stupid assholes out there. And I'm talking to you stupid assholes. This is not bad. This is not bad. This is a culmination of all the bullshit you've been spreading for the last 10 years. This is the failure of everything that you said it was fine. When you told me, when I was a little old podcast going, stop fear-mongering, stop complaining, stop telling them that this is wrong. How many years are you going to do this? How many shows, Grindhouse, are you going to do to say that this is wrong? And I said, no, it is wrong. It sucks, and there's no good that comes out of it. It's going to make their games worse. It's going to make them have excuses for putting out mediocre shit. Nobody's going to buy their games. They're not focusing on the console. They're focusing on PC updates. Stop fear-mongering. Just stop it. It's fine. No, it's not fine. You're going to do another show? Yeah, you bitch. I'm doing another show. I'm going to do another one, and another one, and another one. And look at this. So I say, kiss my ass, all you that told me that I was fear-mongering and told me to stop and told us to stop. Because this is the culmination of all your fuck shit that you've been spreading for the last goddamn 10 years because all you wanted was your free shit. And you got your free shit. But guess what? Now you're going to get less games now because she just shut down all your goddamn games. And wait till the free hand-me-outs stop. And when you get to see the rubber hits the road and you get out of that Xbox glaze and realize that you've been just capping for some bullshit that never benefited you. The games were never better. The company wasn't better. The company sucks. Microsoft sucks. They don't know how to nurture or make anything. And this is all proof because Asha came in and said none of this shit works and I'm gutting it all and kick it to the curb. And if somebody wants to pick up my scraps, you're welcome. And that's all she did. She kicked all these games, all these IP, all these developers, all these people to the streets and said these IPs are worth shit to me because I'm just going to focus on Minecraft and Activision and Candy Crush. So for all you guys that love Xbox and want to continue to cap and tell me it's fine, it's not as bad as you thought, you better love Candy Crush because you're going to be getting fucking rupees sent to you every goddamn month because Xbox is not going to have shit to give you because she got rid of everything. You better love yourself some Candy Crush points because that's the shit they're going to be giving you because they don't have any more games. They got rid of it all. You better love Call of Duty fucking ponchos because that's the shit they're going to give you. Thanks for loving Xbox this month. Here's a new Call of Duty character. You're not going to get your freebies now dried up. All those games that you would get, they're gone. How's that roadmap looking? She gutted it all. And they're not done. So you better love Candy Crush updates. You better love Sea of Thieves. You better love yourself some Minecraft bullshit. You better love some fucking Grounded 2 updates. Hopefully she give you some fucking red ants or some shit like that. Because that's what you're getting. Because that's what you turn Xbox in. There you go. Now, who the hell knows? Fable? I think that's the last Fable you're ever going to see. Playground's going to be a Forza Horizon studio from the next goddamn 20 years. They may stop at Forza Horizon 10. But that's it. Playground is just going to be Forza Horizon. Once this Fable shit's over, you're never going to get another Fable. There doesn't mean no fucking Fables anymore. They're done. Because Fable's not going to make money. And it's basically going to be Forza Horizon. And that's it. Because Forza Horizon makes money. It sells. And that's what you're going to do. Forza 6, Forza 7, Forza Horizon 8, Forza 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Until you're sick of Forza Horizon. And then she'll say, oh, we're done with Playground. Thank you very much. Because that's what she does. Because she is an AI bot. She doesn't care about gaming. She just cares about money. And cares about making money. And does not care about what stories, what studios, nothing. So I think all you need to wise up. And I couldn't believe people saying it's not as bad as they thought. Dude, it's everything. And yeah, the one thing that I'll give somebody is that at least some of these games these studios did not lose their IP. And some of these games like State of Decay and Hellblade may still be coming out. But listen, to Asha, it was dead to her. She didn't care, just like what they did with Hi-Fi Rush. It had no value to them. Somebody wants to pick up my scraps? Sure. And think about it. I tweeted this out. I said right here. She's about making money. Why would she shut down a studio and absorb all the loss if they could grab some money back? Right? By selling the studios or having them buy back independents, she's able to recoup some money from them rather than shutting them down. If she would have shut down Ninja Theory, she would have lost the money for the development time. She would have just got rid of them, and they would have lost all the money and got fired everybody. No money would come back, just the savings of not having to run them. But if I could now have the savings of not running them anymore, and then have somebody buy them, their money, and it comes to me, at least I get some money for the piece of shit that I just sold. Therefore, it benefits her making money. If they want to be independent, well, you could buy back your independence. I'll give you a little check to get you on your way, but that's the last money you're getting from me. And you could run on your own. Good luck, Compulsion. See how far you go. I think these studios may get scooped up or go under. But they're dead to her. She has no value in those companies, those studios, or that IP. And Microsoft is the one who bought them and said, we value your IP. We want you to do shit. But guess who ran it? Matt Booty, who's still there. Matt Booty. These studios need to be curated and guided. And I said, here you go. Asha's reset mandate. We will reset our platform, reset content portfolio. We will streamline how we work. We will simplify. We will reduce management layers. We will deliver success through a flatter organization. We will help independent creators succeed. We will return growth in 27. We will not be one of them. I don't see the word games or quality in any of that Xbox reset. I don't see any of that shit. That should be number one. Where is quality games, IP? Nope. It's dry-ass AI business corporate bullshit. And now Xbox is gone. This is not an Xbox reset. This is Microsoft business taking over Xbox. It's a goddamn mutiny. It's an overtake. That's what this is. This is Microsoft taking over Xbox from the Xbox people, saying you manage this shit into the ground. You are our creative division. You wasted all money, and you are not yielding a profit. So now Microsoft will take over Xbox. Same way Sony was like, we're going to take over Bungie if you don't bring in the money. Satya sent in his spy, his Ashinator, to get in there, and you take over Xbox. That's why she surrounded herself with AI people. That's why she brought in people that were making money. And she did not surround herself with years of Xbox or anything like that. She said, the people that make money, you come near me. The rest of you are dead to me. She didn't care about PR imaging. She's like, nope, we suck. And that's what we're doing. And these AI pictures are freaking hilarious, though. And she has no shame in saying, we suck, and I'm going to gut the shit out of all you. Remember, she came on in February. And it's go time. Won't you tag me on? What is this picture? Oh. Yeah, this one. Lucci just shared this with me. We have also learned that we're not the best. Oh, yeah, this is her thing. Then we're not the best home for every type of studio. Yeah. There you go. She is turning Xbox into Activision. And that's our plan. That's our plan. But it is the culmination of everything that we spoke about. Everything just not working out. And Phil Ness being Phil Ness and lying about everybody profitable, everything is done. And that's what it is. And we're going to be covering this thing more and more because we're going to find out more and more stuff. And we're going to probably find out more and more stuff that wasn't mentioned today of what was canceled. The Xbox Ninjas are gone. They don't need them anymore. Wild Wolf. Yeah, the seats. And I have to say, Phil Spencer was a friggin' nutcase. He had no business sense. And I think that was the problem. Phil Spencer had no business. He tried to run with his emotions, how he felt about gaming and a vision. He was like a daydreamer. Phil Spencer was like, oh yeah, one day everybody will just play a game. And Phil Spencer ran the business based off of emotions and some vision that he had. He was a Looney Tune. But he had charisma, and he knew how to talk a game. Asha is like a drill sergeant. She don't have a vision. She just knows, I got to make money, and this place is a disaster. She's like the bar rescue people. You know, or like Gordon Ramsay. Like in Kitchen Nightmares. That's what Asha is. Asha is like Kitchen Nightmares or bar rescue. That's what they should do, a fucking episode on Xbox. Like Xbox Rescue. Because that's exactly what it is. This is an episode of Kitchen Nightmares. Asha ran in there. She walked into Xbox Studios. She was like,
Where's the lamb sauce?
It's not even pink, this is raw.
And Coop has delivered undercooked salmon.
she ran into those friggin' studios and she's like, yo. She's like, let me walk into your walk-in. She looked in the walk-in. She's like, what's this? What's this chicken that you haven't even served in 3 days?
And Coop has delivered undercooked salmon.
She's like, what is this? Hell's Game Studio. That's right. That's what it is. Asha walked in there. She walked into the walk-in. It's like, you plan to serve this chicken tonight? She's like, you're making this game ship today? Yeah, we're going to ship it today. No wonder there's nobody in the front. Where's the manager? He's out. Where's Booty? He's going to pick up some coffee beans. What do you mean? She walked in there that first day. She go like this.
It's not even pink. This is raw.
And Coop has delivered undercooked salmon.
There's only one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. S-A-W-F-T.
Yo. Yeah, she walks in.
You have the ring. And I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Yo. It's Xbox Rescue. That's what it was, man. Xbox Nightmares. She went in there. That's exactly what this is. This is an episode of this. I'm taking... all of this is coming off the menu. What do you mean you got 5 pages to the menu? I want 1 page to the menu. Dude, that's exactly what Gordon Ramsay does. He goes into these restaurants and he goes like this. He goes, what? You're making 50 games? No. What are your best dishes? We're going to make you streamlined. You're going to have 5 plates. That's what she's doing. She walked in there like Xbox Nightmares. And she said, okay, now that you're making 5 games. These are the games that you're going to make money. We're going to get rid of all the staff that's not working. You only need 2 chefs. We don't need 7 people in the kitchen. We need 2. Xbox Nightmares. Mike Johnson says this Fan Fest. Dude, I don't know what they're going to do Fan Fest. I told you. I showed you what Fan Fest has been. Wait, if you follow me on X, you know what I keep saying what Fan Fest doesn't look like, right? I already showed you. This is Xbox. I'm going to show you Xbox Fan Fest. I got a insider. I got an insider to Xbox Fan Fest. Wait, where's my insider? I'm going to show you. I got inside coverage of Xbox Fan Fest. And Lena Khan. Dude, she said she was worried about the ABK acquisition was about mass layoffs, not just ABK, but other gaming studios. Lena Khan was right. Bootleg Jez was saying her to take a walk. Janky Jones, the sequel? Yeah, he probably gone too.
The buried treasure is gemstones of juicy glazed blackberries, raspberries.
Yeah, we don't have Janky Jones. Wait, I got a picture. I got Xbox Fan Fest right here. That's crazy. But what do you think about the future and stuff? Like, it's crazy. Yeah. If you missed this show, man, we had Asha. Yeah, she took it to the ring. Asha in the gaming grindhouse. Asha Mania. Lena is justified. Exactly. Yeah. It's crazy, man. Everybody we all said was gonna happen. They bought too much too fast. Hell, we even had fucking Josh Groban in there telling them what to do.
Grab your controller, it's time to compete. Xbox, take your seat. We're always last in the race, and we will always be beat. Then spend more cash, make ourselves complete.
Here's Xbox Fan Fest. Moving forward.
We need $80 billion. Gotta make a splash.
Hit that like button, grinders. Subscribe.
To be relevant, we'll go all out, no holding back. Led by Philness and Booty, we'll bring the games everywhere. No more sucking, it's time to show we care. Let's start by bringing Penament. Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi, Russian grounded games over to PlayStation and Switch. And we will say that exclusives don't matter anymore. And then wait when we get Starfield ready for the pitch. Big Booty Bobby and Lulu walked out with the bag, and now we're left with all these IPs. What the hell are we supposed to do?
Lulu! Exactly. They left with all these IPs. What were we supposed to do? That's what Josh Groban ended the song. And guess what happened? We get rid of them or we sell them off. And that's what happened. I had a song for freaking 6 years telling us about this shit. 5 years. Come on. It's crazy. And for people to glaze over, going, it's not that bad. Not that bad. What? They just don't care. They never cared. That's why Xbox is in the position that they're in. They love just taking from Xbox, taking this free shit. Excuses for games that didn't meet quality. Brought up the Xbox tax. Oh, Xbox was just treated unfairly. No, the game is not ready. No, there's an Xbox tax. No, it's Matt Booty is not seeing quality games. But Phil says Games will have quality, but they don't. But Phil apologized for the Redfall. He apologized. He admitted it's still bad. And then right after that was Starfield, the game of the generation. Like, please stop making excuses. But this will change everything if they buy it. Keep making excuses. And look where you are. Xbox has much less to offer you right now because they got rid of everything. And they're going to get rid of more as the year goes on. And you're going to find out games that they partner with, games that they were making, franchises they may have been working on, and it's all going to come back. Jason Schreier, the Mothman, will tell you. A couple months from now, he's getting the scoops right now. Scoop-a-loop. He's getting the scoops right now. What games Microsoft was making that you're not getting anymore. So when you say it's not that bad, it's bad. And you got to think about what the future of their game development is going to be. You know, you could look at Sony and say, yeah, that physical shit's fucked up. Like, yeah, we talked about that for an hour. But the next hour, we cooked the shit out of Xbox because their future is messed up. Their future is in trouble because she has positioned them to just make dry-ass games. And that don't sound exciting about the future of them. And it doesn't even sound like they may even compete. I don't even know what exclusives she can offer. If she's focusing on Minecraft and Call of Duty and Candy Crush and Grounded too, like, what exclusives are you going to offer? You got rid of everybody. And if you put Halo on the Activision and Halo's going to there, who's making exclusives anymore? What exclusives you offer? And who even knows after what is it, the Clockwork De-Evolution, after that comes out, like that, who they're making the next exclusive? How are you going to compete with games that are multi-platform? That's what I don't understand. If you're focusing on the games that make money are the ones that are everywhere that you spent all that money on. So what are you going to offer to the core audience? You got rid of all the studios that could potentially make something. And more to come. They will take an impairment on ABK. Her moves make sense now, Don John says. But the future, what do you think? This future of PlayStation and Xbox. Like, PlayStation seems they got games that are coming out. They seem, they had a good showing of great games. But, this physical stuff with them, is that going to linger on? What does the PlayStation 6 look like? Like, that's not good news for them. We talked about their future and how they may have to explain the full story. But I think they're focused on big quality games for a PlayStation. At least they're trying to bring something to emphasize their hardware and the capabilities of their machine. So at least PlayStation is still in the realm of making games for their platform that highlight their platform. But for Microsoft, their future, exactly, Josh, it looks bleak. Because it looks like she's focusing on all the generic, lazy-ass bullshit games that just pump in money. Minecraft is going to be their roadblocks. Call of Duty is going to be monetized out the ass. And she's going to see if these other games do anything. And I would be how quick she was to shut this all down. And how deceitful she was to put these games in a show knowing that these games were not coming out to Xbox because she was planning to shut down Ninja Theory and shut down State of Decay 3, the Undead Labs. The fact that she was ready to shut those down and put them on the show. You got to be stone cold working over there thinking that if your game doesn't make the 3%, the margin that she's looking for, the budget to grow in 2007, if you're not helping her make 2027 the year of growth and comeback, then yeah. And her content and services are going to be up because the more she gets rid of these studios, it makes Activision shine. And remember, when Activision was included in their financials, they had a plus 40%, remember? But they were comparing without Activision and with Activision. But as soon as they went with and with, they were down 0%, minus percent there. Now, I got one more throw out there for you for the future of Xbox grinders. What does all this do for their hardware growth? Does this sell consoles? Losing all these games? Does this, losing these studios, losing this roadmap? Having these games get pulled out of Game Pass, which is the leverage, apparently, of the console? Devaluing Game Pass for the owners there? So that hardware is still probably going to be down. But remember, the software, she'll probably start seeing growth in there because she got rid of it all. She got rid of all the software. She getting rid of all that overhead. Helix may be dead. Who knows? But their hardware, that's why she said 14 layers of management. They don't need that. They need like 5 dudes and gaming Gandalf and say, yeah, make a device, send it out there, make a copy, everybody. HP, Asus, make a copy. And we're done. But the future of gaming, like, we'll come back to it, because I don't think, like, this is just hot off the presses today of all this craziness. But she basically, and I've said this before, when they bought Activision, I'm like, they're going to turn Xbox. Activision will be Xbox. And yeah, I didn't think that somebody else was going to do it, but Asha is the one who's going to make this happen. And the fact that she got the Minecraft and the Candy Crush people going right to her is that she's going to make those big decisions to make sure that those are the ones where they make the most money. So that's where she's going to make sure those decisions are her decisions. So she controls as much as the money making as possible. And she got a person as a visual from beginning to end on that. And like what Shreya said, it used to be an open-ended, and think about it. If they were managed better, maybe those studios could have made something special. But because the booty sucked he did not manage them properly. Phil didn't. Everybody was hands off, ass first, and that's proof. They were hands off, ass first, and they lost tons of money because they did not manage. They bought them, but they didn't manage them. It's like buying a whole bunch of pets and not training them, and then wondering why your house smells like piss and shit. That's exactly what happened. And what Asha did, came in there and said, hey, I'm selling off all these pets. I'm going to keep the 2 that listen to me. And the rest of all these pets are getting sold off. And that's what Asha did. This house smells like piss and shit. And that's what she did. But Matt Booty, Phil Spencer, they went in there just buying all these, bringing it like hoarders. They were hoarders. They brought in, hoarded all this shit. And then that's it. And now Asha's going to be like, you know what? Get rid of everything. This is the ones that make money. And then make a device and have Asus and all them eat up those costs, not my percentages. She's a ruthless businesswoman. And Xbox now is not fun anymore. This does not insinuate that they're going to make some great games because there's nothing there. And poor Fluffy. That's right, Leo. It doesn't sound like there's anything there of innovation there. We're not the place for that stuff. She says it in the memo. We're not the place for innovation and indies and new shit, new IP. We're the place that, we're just here to make money. And she's going to get Activision, Candy Crush, Minecraft, maybe even Sea of Thieves, and that's it. Sea of Thieves updates. Look at what Rare. Look what Sea of Thieves did to Rare. Look how many games that Rare was making. Perfect Dark. They made what was that? The game they made Perfect Dark. They had the Killer Instinct IP out there. They made Cameo. things like that. But all of a sudden, once Sea of Thieves came out, they haven't made anything new. They haven't done anything. It's been Sea of Thieves updates. And that's exactly what Asha is doing to Xbox right now. They are just doing whatever stays out there, make money, make updates, do more with less. We get something out there, Minecraft, just do updates, make money. I need to get pluses. Banjo, yeah. Rare was making until they hit Sea of Thieves, and then all of a sudden they made they even do Conquer, but they made Conquer Live and Reloaded. At least they tried. But as soon as Sea of Thieves came out, that's it. Rare didn't do shit. And what they do in the last round of layoffs? They gutted Rare. They canceled Everwild. They've been doing this. See, that's the big point, is that this is not something that just happened today that they haven't done yet. They've been doing this for the last 2 years. These layoffs of a result of acquiring Activision and mismanaging studios has been constantly layoffs, canceling games, and shutting down studios. This is what they've been doing. This is not just Asha coming in and doing it. This happened under Phil with Perfect Dark, with Rare. They canceled Everwild. They got rid of Tango Gameworks. They got rid of Hi-Fi Rush. They got rid of Arcane after Redfall. They got rid of that Arcane Texas, what the hell it was. They got rid of them. They've been doing this. They got rid of Perfect Dark. They got rid of the Initiative. They've been doing this. Rare, you're just going to be gutted and you're just going to do Sea of Thieves updates. They did it last year. This is not new. This is on a larger scale, but they've been laying off and shutting down studios and closing things down for a while now. Even back to 2016 with Lionhead and what was it? It was Lionhead and the people that made it was Lionhead and the other all those studios they shut down. They did Lionhead and they did the other one. The Team Dakota shut them down. Canceled Scalebound. It's been going on. And yeah, Sony's been doing their shit too. But the thing is that Microsoft specifically went on a tirade of doing this stuff. And specifically when they showed games. They showed games at their show and said, wait. And then you waited and they go, yeah, we're done with it. It's never coming out. They did it consistently after they bought the Activision stuff. And it's like, well, you bought all this stuff just to fire it. To fire them all and shut it down. Because they just did it with Rare last year. And with Perfect Dark. So Asha coming in and doing more damage. She got rid of all of them. She basically gutted Xbox Game Studios. And she's laying off and slimlining Bethesda and ZeniMax. And Activision. But grinders. Need to cool my tongue. It's been a wild night. Fire show. Thank you again, grinders. Hitting that like button and subscribing to the Gaming Grindhouse. We cooked them. Everybody got cooked today, but the grinders got entertained, and I hope you had a great time. You hit your wonderful goal of a new song, so we're going to drop that. Xbox spend themselves out of business. Timestamps will be coming tomorrow morning. Check out the replay. We went epic show tonight. We got more content coming this week. And as we grow, I'm going to add those extra VIPs in here. We got a bunch of renewals here, so let me add those to update our goal here. So for the next show, we're addressing that one. I had about like 8 renewals there. I think I saw about those. So yeah, we're on our way to that next show there. But thank you again, grinders. And here's your new song that you got. And being a VIP, you get the new songs when they put them out. But here you go. We call this one Xbox Spent Itself Out of Business. Booty Out. Oh, yeah, grinders. Here's your song. Thank you again. Hit that like, share it out, subscribe.
Xbox spent itself out of business. Blew the bag, now the room filled witness. Bought too much, couldn't park the flame. Snatched too many IPs, then lost the game. Stacked up brands like a tower of cards. Then kicked the base and called it hard. Green logo flex turned into a bruise. Too many raids. Not enough moves. Talk big talk, then the shells went bare. Now they reach for a fan base there. Old wins fade in a broken loop. New deal stinking the same cheap soup. Tell me how that shine turned to dust so fast. All that greed online couldn't make it last. Booty out! Booty out! Bought too much, burned it down. Booty out! Booty out! Now the whole block knows that sound. Booty out! Booty out! Every shiny deal came with a crack. Every short thing came crawling back. IP shopping spree, then the check came due. What a disaster, I'm talking brand new blue. Piled up promises in a rented room. Smell like smoke and a coming doom. Too many trophies, not enough soul. Too many bites, not enough hole. You can't buy love with a loaded cart. You can't keep pace when you lose the heart. Now the floorboard's grown under all that weight, and the exit sign don't feel too late. Tell me how that shine turned to dust so fast. All that greed online couldn't make it last. Booty out! Booty out! Bought too much, burned it down. Booty out! Booty out! Now the whole block knows that sound. Booty out! Booty out! One more deal, one more swing, one more charm, one more ring. But the bill came back with a blacked out grin, and the house of bets couldn't cash back in.